Through drought and famine, natural disasters, my baby has been around for me. Kingdoms are falling, angels be calling. None of that could ever make me leave. Every time I look into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. Who would have thought I'd get you? Who would have thought I'd get you? And when we're making love, your cries that can be heard from far and wide. The bluebirds, everything I need between those stars. Every time I look into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit of song, I feel it. Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? Oh yeah, babe. Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? Nobody, if you got someone, why don't you ever stop calling? Somebody just tell you took that I think I got someone. Why don't you ever stop somebody just tell you took that I think. Who would have thought I'd get you? Oh yeah, babe. Who would have thought I'd get you? This feels like summer, but you make me feel so alive. Just be my lover, but you lead me to paradise.
All right, everybody. What's going on? Shout out to my strong peoples in the chat. Bell Mort, Poetic Cows. Everybody, she is the dame. I am the Black Knight. Welcome to the Quiet Drive. Strong peoples in Poetic Cows. Miss Dame, let me introduce my co-host. She is the Dame. Miss Frankie, how you doing?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Well, everybody, we missed our regular scheduled podcast. We were both busy. The Dame had some things to do, so did I. So this is a makeup broadcast. We normally don't broadcast at this time. We usually broadcast after midnight. Sometimes we may start around 12:30 midnight, 1 o'clock, depending on what's going on at the time. So we got together and decided to do a makeup broadcast. And here we are. How you feeling, Miss Frankie?
I'm feeling good.
Ready to get into this show today?
Yes.
All right. So everybody, let's get to it. Dame, when I had the show all by myself, when I had the After Hours with Max, which is now the Quiet Drive, I did a podcast on courting. Okay, the art of
Yes.
courting. You and I discussed it, and we decided to revisit courting, and because Dave wanted to be involved in that, so we're about to redo the courting part before we move on to the shacking. All right, so let's get down to the courting. Now, Dame, when I talked about it before, I was saying that courting is a serious thing between men and women. Courting is what you do when you see a woman as a potential soulmate. Courting is not for people to play games. It's not for bunny hopping, bar hopping, booty hopping, whatever the hell hopping you want to do. Courting is very serious business. This is when a man takes a lot of intimate time and put into a woman. He has a plan. He's willing to invest resources to get to know this woman, to win this woman over. Because again, he has her in his sights to be his wife. And in the process of courting, you get to know the person. You get to know a lot of things about them. Because this is what the courting process is all about. Getting to actually know the person that you're trying to marry. One of the biggest mistakes in dating that leads to marriage is that they find out that they don't know anything about each other because they just dated. And dating doesn't really um, bring anything out of a person. Dating is just about getting some skins, getting in the sack, moving from one person to the next. You're still searching for that potential soulmate, or you're just out, just have casual sex. Dating isn't serious at all. And if you get into what you call, steady dating, that's what leads to courtship. When you stop doing all of the hopping around and say, okay, there's something about this one lady I really like. So let me continue to date her. And that is what leads to the courtship. Because the more you date this woman, the more your feelings build up for her. Now you start to see that, okay, this person is soulmate. So Frankie, you jumping in. What do you think?
I think everything you said is correct, but it's also investment of time. You cannot honestly expect to know anybody in a short period of time, and and
Mm-hmm.
and you can't even pinpoint how long the courting process is going to be. Is when you ready to marriage for marriage, or when you know this person is definitely not the person for you. Yeah. So you gotta be willing to invest time as well as everything else.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
In your estimation, is courting somewhat of a gamble?
Yeah, it's always a gamble. 'Cause-
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you might reach a point when you realize this person ain't right for you, um, and so you lost some of the time that you invested the and other resources that you're invested in it. But mainly it's the time, because that's the biggest investment you're going to be putting in when you court. Hmm.
Now let me ask you this. Now, if
Hmm.
you, I mean, I guess like if you feel that it's a waste, I guess that depends on how much weight you put on marriage, right? See, because if you value marriage at a very high level, then you probably wouldn't look at it as a waste of your time because
No.
you're going to have to invest either way it goes, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's not is to me it's not a waste of time. Even if it didn't go the way you had planned, even if you found out this person ain't right for you, it's not a waste in the sense you found out before you got married, had children with this person, and 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 it's to you feel more of a waste of time if you went through all this and y'all got married and then divorced because you realize this person ain't right for you,
Now,
and then you
now,
have additions um, to that keeps you tied to this person.
all right, now,
Hmm.
when you say married and divorced, you're talking about when you don't go through the courting process, right?
Yes, when you don't go through the courting process.
Because usually the courting process, you find out everything you need to know. Because people always say, well, you got a lot of people that aren't getting married. Okay, but we have our own reasons why people aren't getting married, which we will be talking about after the break. We call that shack, and we'll deal with that. But actually, me today, we don't think it has anything to do with dating. But anyway, the okay, so talk to me about dating, how you see dating versus courting.
Okay, okay. The thing with dating is right now it's ambivalent because some people confuse dating with courting, and dating to me seems like an assessment if y'all could be sexually compatible, while courting is talking about the whole package: marriage, sexually living together, being able to grow together. Um, that's the difference, the main difference. Dating seemed to be an assessment of sexual compatibility and only to me.
Now we had a person before. Remember the last broadcast? We had a person that said dating and courting were the same thing. Do you agree?
No, no, no. Um, as I said, recording, you're doing the whole thing. Dating, it's like it skips a process. It skips a process, and everything is faster, and you putting only the surface there. But recording over a level of time, you reveal yourselves to each other, and develop trust and develop friendships and intimacy level that you can't um, that quick with dating. You can uh, you can date while in a courting process, but you cannot court in the dating process. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I'm getting the terms mixed the way I wanted to express it better. Okay.
Now remember,
Hmm.
the ladies was posed a question
Okay.
both on the ladies' night and on another separate broadcast, right?
Hmm.
About what do women bring to the table. Is courting a good way to find that out?
Yes, definitely. Courting is a good way to find out what each other brings to the table. Yeah.
Now, now,
Because it's
some
during
of
the
the things,
courting process that you're assessing each other, and as I said, it takes time, because not everybody's going to reveal everything all at once about themselves. Or if you're trying to weed out the ones that's giving a surface or a mask and stuff like that, it takes time to break down that mask, to get to real person.
mm.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. So
so
you
I
so
think,
so by the time you are ready to propose, you should know them, the good, the bad. When things are good, when things are bad. You should know most of this about them.
now you should also know, like, because these guys also talked about, well, whether she can cook and clean. One guy even mentioned hygiene and all that. You find all of this out. But the hygiene thing I thought was ridiculous because you can find that out as soon as you meet the
Mm,
woman. Okay,
yeah.
I don't even know what that was about. Um, but you find all these things out during the courting process. You find out if she can cook. You find out if she likes cooking or she doesn't like cooking. And let me ask you another thing.
Hmm.
When the woman realizes that she is being courted, do she respond in kind or she just allows herself to be courted, in your opinion?
It could be a combination of both. In the very beginning, she's allowing herself to be courted. But in the meantime, she's assessing and she's learning about you too. She's getting to know you. She's learning you, and she's assessing herself as well as you. Is this person right for me? Can I work these things out? Can I communicate? Can I talk with them? Can I you know at their worst level, or when they down, and out. Can I be there? Will I be able to support them in every way as well as they support me? Because there are gonna be times when in life and marriage that y'all gonna support each other. You know, but as I said, this stuff comes over a period of time. You're not going to find out in a few weeks, a few months, a few dates. You know, is where they at in their life, is the if they spending a lot of time working, where their careers have they reached a level in their careers where they can balance both um, marriage and their careers, because sometimes people are career driven. It's career, 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 and you need to see if they willing to compromise, work things out, adjust their schedule, be flexible, because stuff will come up when you're married.
Now
It
you said
intensify.
now give me an estimation when you're courting. Now you said something interesting earlier. You said that there's no real set time on courting, and I agree with you 100%. There's really no set time. I think it all depends on if you're satisfied that you've obtained enough information. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Okay, so let's just say a person courted for let's just say six. First of all, give me uh, a number on what you think a just basic time that should be spent on courting. At least what, six? I say at least 6 months. If anything other 6 months, you're not serious.
Yeah, you're not
And what do
serious
you
under
think?
six
What
months.
do you think? Uh,
Um, to be honest, my first thought is a year, but
Yeah.
everybody's a little different, you know. Yeah.
Hmm.
A year of serious courting, a serious interaction with each other. Um, yeah, yeah. My first
Yeah.
thoughts are always about a year.
Now we have
Yeah.
all of this stuff going on about select, non-select, right?
Hmm.
All of this talk about sex. In your estimation as a woman, is that the proper way to go about securing a soulmate? Just worrying about whether you're select or non-select, or just try to pursue the woman in a courtship to the best of your ability? What do you think about that? What's your opinion about that? Especially about the select and non-select.
Okay, I've only heard this phrase on YouTube, but I'm assuming they meant the good looking, the very good looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It could go, it could go good and bad for him. Yes, it gets him in the door faster in the sense that of course he's attractive. Yeah, um, and you're interested in what you're attracted to, but it could go bad against him that he has to fight through more hurdles because she may be thinking he's just interested in sex. He's not serious. Um, he might have to, go through more hoops, and then deal with the addition that other women attracted to him. If she's and her own issues of jealousy and stuff like that are uh, some of the select guys are very social and polite, and she got to assess what is him flirting and what is just him being nice, Uh,
Now,
so it could go both. It could go either way with select and non-select. They got their their things they deal with when they courting seriously. They have to fight through the hurdles that the woman might not believe that he's being serious, that he's playing some kind of game to get her in the bed.
mhm.
Hmm.
Now let me ask you this here. Now, when you have you ever been in love before?
Yes.
Now, when you were in love, do you remember thinking about whether he was select or non-select?
No, I was just thinking that I was attracted to him, but whether he was or was not, no, I didn't think of it in that terms.
Right. You
I
didn't even
just,
think about it in that term. Now, let me ask
yeah.
you this:
Hmm.
when you were in love and you felt that attraction, what was that attraction all about? Was it really about the way he looked, or was it about what he was as a person?
Mm.
What made you stay just that for however long you were in love? What made you
Hmm.
stay around that long? Was it
Oh,
because he was a nice guy? He was a cool guy. He had a warm heart. He had a upbeat spirit. Like what made you? Because obviously it was more than just looks that drew you in like that, right?
yeah, yeah. It was more than just his looks because when I first met him, we was at a party. There was a lot of attractive guys, and I've noticed him, and but it wasn't until we started having a conversation. Uh, Actually, he kind of set it up. I was with the host's mother, and I was talking with her, and he kind of came in and started a conversation with her to get closer to me that I found out later. And we started talking, and Yeah, and it was it was his personality, and uh, and yes, he was a nice guy. Yeah, he was nice.
Now,
As far
now,
as I could
now,
tell.
it's
Hmm.
kind of odd you would say that, right?
Hmm.
I hear women say this a lot when you ask them the question of what would what attracted them about the guy that they fell in love with, right? You
Hmm.
know, mostly all of y'all say he was a nice guy.
Yeah,
You know why?
that's
Wait a minute.
uh-huh.
The reason why I bring that out is because nice guys are supposed to finish last. I mean, that's the sentiment around here. That the women like the bad boys and the nice guys, they finish last. But whenever you ask a woman, especially a black woman,
Hmm.
well, what made you fall in love with this guy? What attracted you to this guy? One of the first things that come out of your mouths is he was a nice guy. You
Yeah,
just said it. No.
yeah.
So wait a minute. I'm
Hmm.
almost done, and then you can
Hmm.
have it. I'm a
Hmm.
little confused. If nice guys finish last, then why are so many black women attracted to them and falling in love with them?
Okay, I personally don't think any guy has any idea what a so-called bad boy is. Because even bad
Okay?
boys are not bad boys or thugs
Wait a
or.
minute, wait a minute. Stop.
Mhm.
Go, get yourself together and come back, okay? Are you okay?
Mm, hold on a second.
Okay, no problem. We'll be there. Yeah, okay. Frankie is clearing her throat. Get you some water too, Frankie. So, yeah, Bell and Poetic, nice guys are supposed to finish last, right? But it seems like when we ask your sisters a question about falling in love with the guy and what attracted you to him, one of the first things that come out of your mouths is he was a nice guy. You just seen it with Frankie. So I'm like, okay, well, if nice guys finish last, then why so many women falling in love with him?
Okay, okay,
So,
I'm back.
uh-huh.
Okay, I was saying
So,
something.
now we were talking about nice guys finishing last, but somehow being selected.
Okay, in the beginning, everybody's nice. Every guy has a nice guy in him. I don't care what he is in life and stuff like that. Every guy has a nice guy in him. That's usually the first person that shows up. Everybody's nice in the beginning. The girls the same way. We all nice. We all good. Even the so-called thugs. Uh, I ain't using that term because I never had it in life. Thugs, bad boys, drug dealers. Everybody's nice. Okay, I never really mess with the drug dealers so much because that's what they did.
You talking
But
about the bad boy?
the bad boys, I don't. Yeah, the so-called bad boys, I don't quite get that. Um, because everybody starts off as good. Is as you get to know them and you start speaking with them and their personalities start coming through that you can can assess.
Yeah,
But
but wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop you. See,
mhm,
no. What I'm saying is, when you look at the sentiment about guys, you
mhm,
got the proverbial bad boy and you got the nice guy. The nice guy is associated with all these bad things. Like he's a nerd, he's an educated man. He's a twerk, a dweeb, all these things, right? Bad boy is supposed to be this Hondo, this uh, tough beard Camacho. You know what I'm saying? So the women seem to be attracted to the tough beard Camacho dude versus the nice guy, because the nice guy is supposed to finish last. Now I've heard women say nice guys finish last, right? But then turn around and say, once you ask them, well, what drew you to the guy that you're in love with? Oh, one of the things that made them fall in love was that he was a nice guy, which is confusing. If nice guys finish last, then what are you doing falling in love with them? That's what my question was. How come you didn't say, when I asked you, well, what made you fall in love with him? How come you didn't say, well, he was a bad guy? And that's what I liked about him. That's what I was attracted to. He was a bad guy, but you didn't say that. You said he was a nice guy, which is confusing because nice guys are supposed to finish last. Can you address that, Miss Frankie?
Okay. Okay. I hope I can paraphrase it right. I can't remember which one of the ladies had put it up, but she put it that being the nice guy that finished last is not a bad thing. That means that you her final choice. There's no going to be no other after you. So a nice guy, of course, he finished last. He gets her and stuff like that. He he's not the
Okay, wait, wait,
he
wait,
might
wait, 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 stop. You said, of course, they finish last because they get her? Is that what you
yeah
said?
yeah uh-huh.
Okay, you're gonna have to unpack that.
I wish I had the person. I wish I could remember who said it, but she was saying that yes, there's nothing wrong with being finishing uh, uh, uh um finish last because you get hurt. You're not the first one that you're the first one she dated, but that person wasn't right for her. So she goes to the next person, and that person ain't right for her. And when she gets to the good guy, he gets her because he's there's not going to be anyone else beyond him. He's the one. The the nice guy finished last because he's the one. He's the one that gets her. I hope I phrase it right.
Okay,
If
well, you
whoever who said it is down in the chat, I apologize for kind of butchering up what you was saying. But
well,
but if you think
I
about it, all these other terms she was given for an example of what the so-called good guy is and the bad guy is. If you notice, most of that is coming from the point of view of the guy.
okay,
Most of that is
wait a
coming
minute,
from the point of view of the guy. You know.
hold on for one second. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Okay, so,
Mhm.
all right, so you're saying, okay, you just said something there that I wanted to unpack. You said that he finishes last, okay, because he gets you. But my thing is, that's not the way people are looking at it. When they say that nice guys are finishing last, they're saying that he's losing. So then if he's losing, he's not ending up with you. And what confuses me is this, is like I said, if the nice guys finish the last, then why are women falling in love? Why aren't they falling in love with the bad guys? Just because when I asked you, what made you love the guy that you fell in love with, you didn't say because he was a bad guy. You said, well, he was a nice guy. I never heard a woman say, Well, I fell in love with him because, well, he was a bad guy. Never heard that. But for some reason, they like bad guys. It says nice guys finish last, but fall in love with nice guys. I don't, it's confusing. Like, what is good? What in the world is going on? It's like a Rubik's Cube of wild emotions. You know what I'm saying? First, you're attracted to the bad guy, and the nice guy's finishing last. You're not interested in him. But then when you fall in love, you're not falling in love with the bad guy. You're falling in love with the nice guy. And now the bad guy is finishing last. And now you're saying, now you just added on to it. You said, well, that's right, the nice guy finished last, but he's the one that gets you. So if that's the case, then what is the whole bad guy thing about?
All right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give you. Okay. This is the way I see it. When a woman is out and she's dating and she's getting to know the guy, so most of the time, especially when she's younger, she goes for the good looking guy first. That's what attracted her. And then as she gets to know him, he's he starts to look ugly. There's certain things about him she don't like, and so he ain't the one. So she goes to the next dude and she try to learn from a mistake and not go for the overly good looking guy, look for other traits first. So she goes to the next guy. And whatever reason, that one don't work out neither. So she start reevaluating herself, the choices she makes, how she's picking the guy, and assess what she's looking for. So she'll keep looking. So she might, in the process of looking for her husband or the one, her soulmate, might go through a few guys, and she might make some mistakes. She might have slept with him and found out that once she slept with him, he was an asshole. He was just about the sex. That was obviously the wrong guy. She presumed because she was in love that he was in love, and she started assessing the next guy that, okay, he might not be looking to love me, he might be just looking for my body and stuff like that. So she goes through a process until she finds the one, and he's usually the last one, and the nice guy, nice in every way, nice, nice to look at, nice in personality, you know uh um a nice human being. And yeah, and so that
Okay.
one becomes her husband. Now, here's the other side of the story, as I understanding it, not as what might actually be, is as I'm
Now, now,
understanding it.
now, hold on. Now, we don't want to get off into these long things. Okay.
Um,
Let's. Well, let
you
me
can.
read a comment. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me read a comment from the chat room. I thought it was very interesting. I want to get your response on. Okay. Manny Jackson says she never liked bad guys. They only end up in jail. They don't know how to survive in society because they make poor decisions. That's hard hitting. Okay. That right there, that flies into the face of all of this black women or women liking bad guy stuff. What's your response to that?
That is typical women. We don't go looking for the bad guy. Um, we not necessarily attracted to. Now, sometimes we have example of bad guys that have treated women like um I know a family. Okay, they drug dealers. I wouldn't mess with them. But if the women in their family grew up with the drug dealer in the family, being nice, treating them well, and stuff like that, and defending them and taking care of them, they may they may
Are you okay?
assess the traits that make this person. a drug deal as a good thing because you're looking for kind of like
All right,
now that
okay.
person may be inclined, but even then, she's not looking for the bad boy. She's looking for the good guy. In her mind, she's looking for the good guy.
Are you okay, Frankie?
Okay. Okay.
You okay?
So no woman deliberately go looking for a bad boy, and and
Okay.
she's always looking for a good guy. We don't go
All right. We don't
searching
want to.
for it. Hmm.
Okay, we're
Okay.
not going to get way into
Yeah,
that
I
because
think we're
that's
gonna
kind
have
of
to
off
have
topic.
another
But we'll do a show.
subject on that.
Yeah,
But
we'll do a show, something about that. Uh, we don't want to get way out there. But anyway, let's finish up the courting thing. Um, so courting, like I said, is serious business, and I think that courting to me adds to the relationship. It's what the old school people used to do, and it's why most of their marriages are still lasting today, and they're very successful. And they've been happy marriages that's been going on for 30, 40 years. Some of you more than that, 50 and 60 years. So, um, and courting is at the very beginning of that. But Frankie, in this day and age, do you think courting will ever become the focal point again for a meaningful marriage, or do you think it's going to stay with this dating coach type atmosphere where people are just basically lap hopping? They're hopping from one lap to the next.
well, I think as long as people are looking for a quick fix, yes, there's gonna be dating. There's gonna do the dating coach method. And if you look at some of their methods, some of them, not all of them, it has the aspect of certain aspect of the courting ritual. Just little bits of it, as far as I'm concerned. Um, but there's a small growing number where it's the courting is coming through, but they have gone through the quick fix so many times that they reevaluating it. So they are courting. They just don't call it by that name. Unfortunately, they call it dating. Um, so
In your opinion, do you think dating will lead to more successful marriages, long-term marriages? Do we even
dating.
need courting anymore in this generation?
Yes, we need it even more so. We need courting even more so. But dating by itself, no, no. Um, no. The ones that do, they've been courting and not realizing it.
Hmm. Well, there you have it, folks. That came from the Dame. She likes the courting over the dating, and so do I. We're going to go to our first break in the show, and when we come back, we will segue into shacking, okay, and really get into that topic, okay. So we'll be right back. She is the Dame. I am the Black Knight. This is the Quiet Drive. I just gotta feel you, boy. It's driving me insane, and I didn't want to change. So come and get your shake, cause when you're around, it's so real, ain't no joking. And I love the whole thing that you do. Love it when you make me say, sugar, you know what I want. Sugar, you know what I need. That's right. Sugar, you know how to make a man feel good, girl, all the time. Sugar, tell me what it is
that makes you so genuine. When you take your clothes off, sugar, will you slow down? Sugar, 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 it'll be way, no way to love. Tonight, don't share your love with me. Sugar, sugar, can I have a little? Sugar, 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 listen to this song. You can give your love to me tonight. Sugar, you know you have special quality. The way you make your body shake, you make that bedroom like it away. Oh girl, I got a bloody feeling. I know that you will it to make sweet love to me. I want you to know this is my fantasy. Baby, you do me, baby, you do me, baby, I do you. You make it love with you on time. It's not with you, and I'm up on top of you. Roll it, roll. Let me come tonight. I know that brother said sugar, you said. Sugar, 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 it'll be way, no patient. Sugar, 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 to the sun, I love it when you're talking dirty to me. You got me so excited, and I really wanna please you, boy. I just gotta feel you, boy. It's driving me insane, and I need it once again. So come and get your sugar, sugar, sugar. 'Cause when we're alone, it's so real when I'm joking. I love the little thing that you do. Love that when you make me say,
All right. Welcome back to The Drive. I am the Black Knight. She is the Dame. That was Mr. Sweat and Paisley Bettis. So, Dame, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's segue over now into shacking. Remember when we introduced this topic the other night, we had such a overwhelming response. We didn't realize that so many people had an interest in shacking. Okay. Now, what is shacking, right? Shacking is when you live with someone. Okay. Now, there's a thing out there now, right, where people say Black men aren't getting married anymore, or marriage is down amongst Black people. Now, that doesn't mean that Black men and Black women aren't together. It seems like there's far more common law marriages out there than actual real marriages. Okay? Black men and Black women seem to be shacking up more than ever because I don't know what the Black women are talking about, but I hear a lot of brothers who just simply don't want white folks in their business. They don't want to have anything to do with a marriage certificate. They don't want to deal with it. And so they shack with the woman. They have kids because shacking does contribute to out of wedlock birth. according to the European understanding of what marriage is supposed to be. Just because they have a system, a European system, that doesn't mean that that's exactly what marriage is and what it's really supposed to be. That's just something where they can stick their disgusting claws in your business and get money out of you and make you part of a system. That's pretty much what a marriage license does. It makes you a part of a system. So, Frankie, what do you say about that? Give me your thoughts on this shacking thing. Dame, are you there?
Ooh, all right.
Oh, did you hear what I was? Are you okay over there?
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but anyway, um, shacking is just playing at marriage, or or it's just someone wanting to be with someone and they're hoping that one day it'll turn to marriage.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, but
Now, no, no, no,
but
wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't
mhm.
know about that because most of the people I talk to about shagging, they have no intentions on getting married. Some of
And the
them,
one.
you see, a lot of them have this notion that they don't want white people involved in their personal business. They don't want anything to do with a marriage license.
Okay, all right. The ones I've talked to, um, at least a half of the ones I've talked to, the partnership and the ones I've talked to, it's either they engage and they eventually will be getting married. Two, um, they living with each other, sharing rent, but they will eventually get married.
Okay, well, let me stop you.
Three.
Let me stop you. Hold on. Let me stop you. You
Mhm.
see, a lot of black men and even some black women, right,
Mhm.
don't respect the European marriage because they believe that it's not an African tradition, it's not a black person. They believe that this is the type of stuff that was taught to you in slavery when they went all the way back to jumping the broom, right? That the white
Mhm.
man defined it what marriage is going to be for the Negro. Okay, and if you really look at it, the Negro doesn't control the marriage. The marriage is controlled by by that marriage license. Okay, think about it. You have to have a license to be to say that you love another person
Mhm.
and that you want to be with this person. You have to have a license for that. How unattached that is. There's nothing intimate about that. There's nothing loving about that. There's nothing cozy about that. There's nothing personal about that. You have to have a piece of paper to say that you're allowed to love this person.
Mhm.
You're allowed to be with this. You're allowed to love this person, and that person's allowed to love you for as long as you possibly can love each other. Yeah, you need a piece of paper to verify that. This is why a lot of guys shun marriage. They're like, there's nothing intimate about that. What do you say about that?
Okay, I'm gonna be frankly honest. Um, I think of it as an excuse. If you really don't want the government in your business, you could get married in front of your friends and family and don't file the freaking paperwork. If you
Well,
believe that.
but see, but that's what shacking is, isn't it? That's what common law marriage is, right?
Uh, no, 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 no. Common law marriage, just you're moving in together. Going before your minister and and your family and friends and saying this is what I want our marriage to be, but I want y'all to celebrate. We are married. We are saying we have y'all as witness that we are married. We're in a committed relationship. We just do not believe that the government needs to be in our business. That's not what's happening
Okay,
when people are acting up. They are just
I don't
moving
see
in
the
together.
okay, but I don't see the difference between a committed relationship and shacking up because when you're shacking up, you're also in a committed relationship. You're living together. You decided to pay bills together. You decided to pay rent together. You decided to raise children together. That's a
Hmm.
committed relationship. I don't see the difference between that and this
Okay,
committed relationship that you're talking about.
okay, okay. It's more of it's okay. Declare the paperwork. Besides, the other thing I was saying, do you love this woman? Oh, I'm gonna pull you into it. Do you love your wife?
Yeah, of course.
You want everybody to know that you love your wife, and this is the only woman for you.
But if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would marry her without the papers.
Okay, so you can marry her without the papers. So I'm saying if it's honestly about the papers, he can still do the marrying her. Just don't do the paperwork.
Okay, but you
Um,
see, all right, so let's unpack that for a second.
mhm.
So you're saying, all right, honey, let's get married because we love each other. Okay, we're going to go have a whole ceremony with a priest. We're just not going to file the paperwork. Who's going to do that? Because
Obviously,
the
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 guy
way the
who
guy,
don't want.
because the way the guy see it, because the way the guys see it, right?
Uh huh.
See, we don't like. I'm gonna be honest with you, guys. We don't want to get married. We don't
Exactly.
even like
Be
none of that. You
honest
see, the only
about it.
reason why we do, but wait a minute, but hold on. The only reason why we do is because it's something you guys want. We don't give a
No.
f about. That's why we can never hardly remember anniversaries, stuff like that, because we don't care about that. That's what you guys are into. See, we're looking at
Yeah.
it this way. Okay, how much money we're gonna get? As soon as the word come up, right? Okay, well, how much money it's gonna cost? Who do I have to pay? Do I have to pay all of this money? That's what we're thinking about. See, the women, y'all are the ones who are getting all excited with the dresses and the Lula Bells. I mean, not the Lula Bells. What do you call it? The Mage Bells. The girls with the popcorn.
Okay.
Who are them?
Bridesmaid,
Who are the
flower
girls with
girl,
the popcorn? Okay, yeah,
with
the
the
flower girls and
flower
the
girl,
bridesmaid. Right.
ring
Okay.
bearer.
So,
Okay.
and wait,
Okay.
isn't that popcorn? Wait a minute. How many bags of popcorn you got to buy? Because they be throwing the popcorn away. Isn't that
Oh,
expensive?
that's because you can't throw rice anymore.
Oh,
But
okay. Wait a minute. So you buying the? See, all right. So see, to us, we're more. It's the bills that we're concerned with.
mhm.
Guys don't really. We don't really give a damn about marriage. We just want to be with you.
Uh huh.
And
Uh
so
huh.
we go through what it is that we need to go through to make that happen. If we got to get married, then fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh.
But that's
Mhm.
really y'all thing. That's it. We could care less about that. Good.
Okay. You through? All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Being married at the courthouse used to be a way to get around all the wedding ceremony and all the expense of that. And you just get married at the courthouse and y'all married and file the paperwork. Okay, y'all don't want government in your business and stuff like that. Okay, you gotta sit down. This is also, I hate to go back to the part of the courting. Y'all can be honest and tell each other what it is y'all want. If he wants to be together, but he don't want to do the paperwork, then she knows right then and there. If she's willing to have that type of relationship with him. You know that on paper they not it's not going to be filed on court. It's not going to be on paper. It's going to be uh, uh, them and their family and friends knowing that they're in a committed relationship. Okay. But then there's going to be the girl the chance to tell that that paperwork is important to her, or she's willing to compromise. Okay, we don't file the paperwork, but I still want to be married in front of my friends and family at a pastor. We go through the ceremony. We won't file no paperwork, and she could do, or she could do it that way. You know, because it's what's important for both of y'all. He's if he wants her, then they're gonna have to reach some kind of compromise. And if she wants him, we're gonna have to reach a compromise. Or they really find out what's more important. The the marriage, the committed relationship, whatever you want to put it, or the paperwork or whatever it is that the other party don't want and stuff like that. Or how much, do you love this person? But as I
Mm.
said, a lot of it to me it sounds like excuse not to get married. You want the milk, but you don't want the cow. If the you don't want to be legally responsible for the cow. You know, okay, the cow is just gonna graze freely and stuff like that. You have the right to milk it because the cow lets you milk her and stuff like that. But that's what it seems to me. Because if it's just about the paperwork, then he would be willing to compromise. Said, "I'll get married to you with the preacher, or whatever the fanfare with that." If it's about the money, he'd be like, "Look, I do not think we should be spending all this money on the thing and stuff like that. Let's make it, affordable family, or not have this many people in the wedding party and stuff like that. You know, just us before the pastor with our family, and then we have a nice little party to celebrate. There's all kind of ways. But when you keep flapping around, I don't want the government in my business. I don't want that paperwork. Oh, if it's truly about that, then what's the big draka um um her wanting a wedding ceremony? Nah, it's about that ceremony. It's about that, feeling more committed, more witnesses. Otherwise, we just living together. We shack up. We're not married. We're not committed. Cause okay, I'm stopping because I'm finna wander into a
Yeah,
time.
okay, so
Mhm.
in the chat we have Belle Mort, right? She says she thinks a lot of women are in love with the wedding and an idea of a perfect marriage. And that's where they go wrong. Is that
Yeah,
you agree with that?
yeah, I agree with that. I seen more big deal put on the wedding than anything. I don't believe all that is really necessary. Uh, yeah, if you put that much interest in marriage, then some of these marriages probably wouldn't break up. Yeah, yeah, they're all
Okay,
into
so
perfection or instantly everything's supposed to be perfect.
well, okay, so let's go back to the shacking, right? So
Hmm.
this is one of the reasons why guys don't want to deal with the whole European thing, because that's basically what it is. It's a European system.
Hmm.
Okay, most black dudes don't respect it. Now, it seems like the black women are all caught up in it. Like, you want this Snow White thing going on. You want the white horses and the flowers everywhere and all that. We're looking at the bill. We're not. moved in any way by the Snow White stuff, the doves and the flowers. We're really not interested. So we do better naturally being with a woman without these restrictions of this European system versus the
Okay.
European system. Because when we're
Oh,
involved in the system, hold on
oh.
one second,
Mm-hmm,
with us, as soon as you bring the system into it, now we start to become uneasy, we're on edge, okay, we looking at it, well, if I make one wrong move, it could cost me everything I ever worked for. You know, now we start to get stressed out. You take away the system and you leave the shacking. Oh, you got a better man on your hands. We think clearer, we're better. You know, we're more vibrant, we're more jovial, we're less stressed. See, shacking actually works out for us. You actually have a better man if you were into the shacking.
Okay. All right. I see. Okay. Um, y'all against the the prop and ceremony and the big over the top thing more than just get married. Not
But
get
one more
married.
thing, one more thing, one more thing. You see, the problem is what y'all don't understand. Y'all put your men through extra stress when you want to go after these marriage certificates. And see, y'all don't think about that. Y'all just think on the fact that you want to get married, you want this big time wedding, you want the seven dwarves and Snow White to show up and all this other stuff. You don't think about if it puts any pressure on the man because, well, you know, you guys are in love, right? And you say, well, if he loves you, he do this, he do that. Don't you think that's kind of selfish? If he loved you, he would do this and that. What about if you loved him? Are you thinking about his well-being during the marriage? You're just assuming that he wants all of it, right?
Um, I'm not the person to go by because I don't even be wanting all that big stuff with a
No, no,
wedding.
no, no. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm just saying you're assuming that he's with the marriage license because he asked for your hand in marriage, right? He proposed to you, right?
Okay, I don't know if things are different from where I'm at. Usually usually he proposed and they go get the marriage license together, or sometimes if he's working she goes get the license.
You,
I don't know about him getting the license ahead, or all of the thing going with it. That because from what I've seen
yeah.
is he proposed, then they go get and she accepts, and then they
But
go get the wedding
so
license.
I got that. I got that. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Why go and get the only people who are pushing to get these licenses are women. Guys aren't into no getting no marriage license. Women are the ones dragging us, kicking and screaming into these offices getting these damn papers. We're perfectly happy with shacking and having it. You live better if you're shacking. When you get the marriage license, it puts something over your head.
It sounds to me like it's people not being honest with each other. Oh.
Because here's the thing, here's the thing. This is
Mhm.
what you guys don't think about, right? Who does the marriage license works in favor for? It works in favor of you. Now we can sit up here and say, well, sometimes it works for the men too. Yeah, we can do this. But let's be realistic. 99% of the time, it works for you.
Mhm.
It's in your favor. And so the
Mhm.
guy knows this, right? So he's already doubly stressed out because he's got papers on him, and then he knows that 99% of the time it works out for you. You, on the other hand, don't realize he's under. You, on the other hand, don't realize he's under this kind of stress.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because you guys don't even think about that. Y'all also, I'm married. I got me a meal ticket. Now, some people will say, well, you got a meal ticket, right? Because if you get divorced, you get to take half of his stuff. Even the stuff that you didn't have, right?
Okay, so guys are going into the marriage already thinking of the possibility of a divorce. And he's already trying to
Well,
go in there guarding himself against divorce. Why is he pausing to get married then?
something like that, because things can always go wrong. Nothing is 100%, nothing is foolproof, you know? So yeah, sometimes you go into it worried, just scared. I don't know what. Like, dang man, I love this woman, but I ain't really
Okay.
feeling this marriage thing. Like,
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to go with this mindset. Okay. So she wants the marriage to protect herself. So in case uh they do get a divorce, it don't work out, she's not left dangling in the air without a safety net. He
well,
can't
let
just
me
yank the
hold
rug
on
out
a
from
second.
under her.
1 second.
Hmm.
Lily, you're from Africa. You're from Nigeria. Is marriage the same in Africa as it is over here in America? You guys get a marriage license and stuff like that? I want to see you really respond to that because I'm very interested to see how marriage is in other countries versus what's going on in this country, if she's still there. But anyway, the the whole thing about it is poetic chaos. Okay. Okay, so is it the same as over here in America? You got to get a marriage license to say that you love this person. Is it a European system or is it a native system? Yeah, but you see, poetic chaos. I mean, people try to make uh, they try to turn it into the worst thing on earth. And what I don't understand is this here, right? What is the thing with the women when you want to get married? What's that all about? Explain that to me, Frankie. Dang.
What? I'll explain to you about the what the big whoop is about the marriage ceremony.
Yes.
Hey, I'm married. I'm not. I'm in love. Um, it's. I hate to say it. It's about her. Um,
Okay, so
but I
Lily in
do know.
Nigeria, y'all got a Europe. Wait a
At the
minute, hold on one
very.
second, hold on one second. Hold on one second, Dang. Hold on one second. So Lily, y'all got a European system in the Africa, on the African continent? That's the European system. Or did it originate from Africa? Did that originate from Africa like that? Or is that something the Europeans brought to your continent? Go ahead, Frankie. Yeah, so what you're saying is
Okay, at the very basic is showing is professing. At the very basic is supposed to be
bragging rights, bragging
professing.
rights, bragging rights. So you're sitting
Um,
there talking about bragging rights. So, okay, I'm sorry,
no,
because
I
I'm
didn't
talking
say.
to you at the same time. Okay,
Well, yeah,
Lily, so you're
it can be
saying,
part of that, but at the
hold on,
basic
Dame, hold
level,
on. Dang, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm talking to you at the same time. Okay, so you said you copy from, you copy from us. Okay, so you got a European system. Can you, I don't know how old you are, Lily, but can you remember what it was before the Europeans stuck their nose in your business? What was it like before then, without any European influence? So it's under your own culture. So you have to have a license too. Okay, so you don't know what it was like before the Europeans stuck his nose in your business. Okay, so that's what I would like to know. I would like to know what it was. Okay, yeah, I would like to know what it was before the white man stuck his nose in everybody's business. Okay, so Dane Frankie, you're saying that basically for
Okay,
you women, it's bragging right.
it's it's supposed to be y'all declaring y'all love and y'all commitment to each other before all your friends and family.
So you don't
Uh,
have a tradition. So, okay, so in Africa, or at least in Nigeria, you have no license in a traditional marriage. That's interesting. Over here,
mhm.
you do. Over here, you do. You have to have a license, and they don't have a. She just said that they don't have a license in their traditional marriage over in Nigeria. That's interesting.
But she said in the okay, but we get license in court and church. Okay, because
So I guess traditional is the
but
way
I
to go
think
in
because
Africa.
traditionally, acts of traditionally, did they go before their holy man, their friends and family men, and have a marriage? They just didn't have anything in writing. You know, they just traditionally committed to each other in front of their friends and family, and with their holy man or their priest or their pastor, whoever. Was was is that the way that traditional marriage work? And the European
Why
thing
you
is
can't?
the
I don't see why you can't do that now.
Max. That's what I've been saying.
No, no, you just said, okay, so basically what you were saying was you guys do it for bragging rights.
No, okay. Some of the big over the top marriages, wedding ceremonies is bragging rights or some kind of dream fantasy thing that they have in their head. But the bragging right is I have a husband. That's what the bragging right. I have a husband.
No, no, because no, tell the
But
truth,
no,
because
what I was saying was in the beginning was, hey, if it's about the paperwork, then don't do the paperwork and just get with your pastor, priest, or whatever, and your family and friends and have the ceremony. That's what I was starting with. Which
well, now we all know that's not true, right? Because y'all always talking about, well, girl, at my wedding, I've heard this. I've heard this before too. I got five sisters. I've heard this. Well, I've heard phone conversations. Well, girl, my wedding, I had a big old 12 layer cake, and I had a gown that was a half a mile long with 37 kids holding up the long tail. And we walked down the street, and they had to hold traffic when I turned the corner just to get my gown all the way down the street. See, that's what y'all be saying. And then the woman on the other end be like, wow, really? And then she trying to outdo you. Well, I had a king come and give me away, the king of England. You see, y'all be bragging. Are you saying you don't?
I'm not saying we don't. but that is not everybody. Oh, there are a group of women that they want that big over the top thing. They want that all that pageantry of it and stuff like that. And then there's the
Uh-huh.
women that have this the dream wedding from when they were little girls and how would they want it. It's all that, but and yes, they will brag about it. We will brag about anything we're proud of. We brag about husbands, kids.
See, hey,
You never heard the my man do this and that for me. My man works this and this, and he been promoted to that. You never heard women brag
wait a
about
minute.
anything besides the wedding
Wait a minute.
or
Let's ask Al Nigel. Hold on a second, break. Hey, Lily, was there amongst African women when you get married? Do you guys be bragging and stuff? You be bragging about it. Poetic Kells, y'all know it's about bragging, right? Y'all be showing off y'all rings and shit. Carrots be carrots be all over the place. Guys, we don't even care nothing about we don't even want to wear a wedding band. We really don't like marriage. You see, that's what you got. That's why we don't never care to remember nothing about it. Like you ask us, well, what is the anniversary? You can ask us the anniversary date 1 year later, and we won't even know because we don't care. We never did. We only did it because it's something you wanted. Now, that doesn't mean that we didn't love you or we don't love you. Of course, we love you. That's why we did it. If we didn't love you, we would have never did it. But the marriage is not you. It's the marriage we don't care about. You know what I'm saying? We can give a
Matt,
damn about the marriage, huh?
no, you talking. You better be clear. Marriage ceremony. When you say it's the marriage you don't care about, you're talking about your relationship. You mean you don't give a damn about the marriage ceremony?
Exactly,
Ceremony.
exactly. Ceremony, right, right. We don't give a damn about that. Actually, many of us don't even want it because we're looking at how much it's going to cost. And hey, yo, man, we don't want to come on with the bill, right? Like, we don't want to do that. Like I
Oh,
said, you can ask most of us a year later, well, what's the anniversary, man? We wouldn't even know. We don't even care. All we know is we married to you and that's it. But let's go back to being a committed relationship, right?
okay. All right.
Basically, what marriage is, okay, so basically what you're saying is marriage is a committed relationship with a explanation point on it. It's telling the guy, listen, you better or else. That's what you're telling us, right?
Oh,
Isn't that what you're telling us?
okay. Wait,
Y'all busy saying to us, okay, well, here's this license to tell you, you better stay with me or else.
well, what you think the divorce? Why you think the divorces are so horrible? Because you didn't stay with me, so the or else had came, and so the or else is gonna make your life hell. Okay,
But
but
that's why guys don't want to. That's
mhm,
why guys don't want to get involved in that European system, and they want to shack.
okay, all right. Then they better be honest with say, look, I don't believe in that European system. I don't believe in that license. I just want to commit to you. We live together. We share our life together, and raise children together. Get a home together, and it be just us. You know, no government in our marriage. Okay.
You know what? Cruz just had a
How
very.
many guys were that
Hold
honest with
Hey,
the woman? They,
hey,
mm-hmm,
hold on, Dave. Cruz just
hmm
had an interesting question. He says, "Who pays for the wedding?"
It's supposed to be the bride's family.
See, really, Now, Poetic Health has a different, she said the man is supposed to pay for it. Then now you're saying the girl's father. So basically,
Because
if a guy is, okay, now wait a minute. We got three different answers. We got, uh, Kels is saying the man is supposed to pay for it. You're saying, the man's family is supposed to pay for it. Now, Crew is saying
no,
the girl's father is supposed to pay. That's three different.
I didn't say the man's
Wow.
family. I said her family.
What you did? You said the man's family.
No, I said her family, not the
I
man's
could
family.
I could have sworn you said the man's family.
No, no, you confusing. Poetic Kill said something about the man supposed to pay for it.
Okay, well, that's neither here nor there. Okay, who's supposed to pay for it? Is it the girl's father?
The girl father,
Because from what
the
I
or her family if she don't have
I'm gonna
one.
tell you, I'm
The
gonna tell
girl
you right
herself.
now, that's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not how all. It did not go down like that when I got married. It did not go down that way at all. I was the one who paid.
Hmm.
So if my wife's father was supposed to pay, he didn't get that memo.
Okay. I've seen where all three of them answers had been. I've seen weddings where all three of those answers were that. I've seen where the girl father. I've seen the girl's family. I've seen the man who proposed to her. I've seen the girl herself. I've seen the man's family. Um, the, because he was paying for it and they were helping him out. They were part of his family. It depends on
I
who's
think
dictating the wedding. Usually, lately, I've been seeing where the girl herself paid for a wedding because she wants it her way. So she pays for it herself.
okay. So listen. So is it safe to say that the woman should find some way to pay for the marriage all the time? Because let's just face it, right? Women are the only ones who want to get married. Okay.
Okay, are we
If a guy, listen, if you shack up with a guy, if a guy is being your friend or your man friend or your boyfriend, whatever, he will be there and shack up with you from here to doomsday and will never ask to marry you.
mm-hmm.
We don't give a F about marriage like that. We would never, we would, if my wife didn't want to get married, I would have never gotten married. I was perfectly fine with shacking and saying that we're common law. I was perfectly happy with that. And I had no interest in popping the question. We
Okay.
only pop the question because it's something that y'all want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Were y'all shacked up before y'all got married?
Um, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, y'all.
Okay,
Uh,
guys. If you don't
um,
want to pay for a
SK,
wedding, don't shack up with
SKC,
the woman.
hey, hey, I want to listen, mine's SKC, Supreme King Coon, he's under my protection. Nobody time him out. Nobody block him. I got him over here for a reason. So I don't want anybody to block him. All right. I don't want nobody timing him out. Go ahead, name Frankie.
Yeah, I'm here.
Frankie.
Yeah, I'm here. But
So
yeah, of course the man don't want to get married. He wants to shack up. Hey, he wants to sleep with you. He wants to have sex with you. That's normal and stuff. Um, stuff like that. But
Yeah, because
all I'm
it's
saying
not.
is, all I'm saying is, be honest from the get go. If you want to shack up, for whatever your reasons is it because you don't want the government in your relationship, type thing? Then say so,
Well,
and go from there. And she'll tell
most
you how she feel about it and what she wants.
yeah,
And
most
y'all,
most most men don't want the government in their business. They don't want the marriage license. See,
okay, then.
because to us, when we get the marriage, because let me tell you why.
Mhm,
All right, when we get the marriage license, what comes with it is stress
mhm,
and unpredictability and uncertainty. Men, we don't like things to be unpredictable. We don't like uncertainty,
mhm,
right? Because that brings about stress. So
mhm,
we
mhm.
have to have on our mind, well, damn, if we do one thing wrong, she can take it for everything I got. Guys think like that. We think about stuff like that, right? And that puts a lot of stress on us. And that can actually change the mood of the relationship.
Mhm.
But you see,
Yeah.
the women are the ones who push for all of this. Well, let's get married let's go up to the courthouse, going right to the white man and saying, hey, we want to put our life under your supervision. You guys, we don't want to do that. We don't want to have anything to do with the white man. Y'all
Okay.
drag us up and screaming because you want to get a certificate.
Okay. All right. Now, to a woman,
Hold on one
um,
second. Hold on one second. Dane. No, not this panel, SKC. This is a specialized show. It's called The Quiet Drive. It's not an open panel. This is the show that me and the Dame do. It was supposed to be done after midnight, but we didn't get a chance to do it. So we're just doing the makeup broadcast. But no, it's not an open panel. Yeah, Dame.
okay.
The regular 3G show, that'll be open panels. Okay. But that won't be aired today either because we got ladies' night tonight. So the Overdrive 3G probably won't be back until Monday. Go ahead, Frankie.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, for some women, that certificate represents security, peace of mind. She don't have to. She under normal circumstances, she don't have to worry that he's going to leave me. I'm going to be left hanging. I'm going to be raising the kids on my own. Um, I I won't be a constant barrage by my family. Why are we not married yet? When y'all gonna get married? Or look with pity. Oh, she's not married.
See,
That's.
see, here's my problem, right?
Mhm.
See, here's my problem. I think that where women go wrong, right, is that you don't have enough faith in the guy that you fell in love with. You fell in
Mhm.
love with him, but for some reason you don't want to put the faith in him. I mean, if he's good enough for you to fall in love with, right?
Mhm.
Then give
Mhm.
him the benefit of the doubt that he is going to be a man of principle and he's going to do the right things. Don't go and overshadow that by going over his head and say, okay, I'm going to get this hammer from the white man to make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Because even though I love you, I really don't trust you. See, that's what
Uh,
you're saying when you go and get the white man in your business. We're looking at it like, okay, well, what you go get him for? You know what I'm
okay.
saying? You see, and you're saying too, right? Well, you need all of this security, right?
Mm-hmm.
Women now need security. Well, we need assurance, right? And so
Uh,
if you're loving us, whatever, then show us that you got faith in us by believing in us. But when you go and get the white man's hammer, that doesn't show us that. It shows us that you don't have the faith in us that you say you have.
okay. All right. Now, okay, the same could be reversed in the not having the certificate too. It's gonna create a little vicious cycle. That's why I say just be honest and talk about it with each other and stuff like that. Because okay, because I can say, hey, you need to trust in me that I wouldn't bring the hammer down, that we are never getting divorced, and that we will constantly work on our relationship, to keep from getting a divorce. And if it's nothing that can be done, that we'll separate and amendably. That's not going to always happen. Um, that we'll be able to work it out, you know. But so the not having it, you the having it, it's gonna be a little vicious circle. But all I'm saying is, you just gotta be honest. Y'all gotta talk to each other. You gotta be honest. If you tell her and she tells you, then y'all gotta work something out to find, that compromise. If you saying, I don't want the the marriage certificate because I don't want the white man in our business, she might be like, okay, fine, we don't file, we don't get the marriage certificate, but I want to get married in front of my pastor and my friends and family, which might mean you have to deal with the ceremonial pompousness of to make her happy. That way, you get the government out of your business, and she gets the the what you want to call it, bragging rights, the saying, this is the man I love, have the thing where my family sees me getting married. That. So
Okay, let me. All
somebody's gonna
right.
have to
Okay.
y'all gonna have to compromise in some kind of way. Either
Okay.
you might
All
be
right.
surprised, she might agree with you and say, I don't want the government in our marriage neither, and I'm fine with shacking, but you will not know this until you be honest and have the conversation.
Okay.
Most
I
of
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
the
I see what
time.
you're saying. But here's my thing, though. Okay. It depends on what kind of marriage do you want. If
Exactly.
marriage is a intimate, wait a minute. If marriage is a intimate, personal, uh, private thing for you, and it's filled with love and floating around on the clouds and all this other stuff, then getting papers involved, right, overrides that, because now you're talking about a business relationship. So if marriage is more of a partnership to you, then you may want to build it like, you may want to have a business model. You may want to get a uh, uh, a marriage license for all of the legalities and things like that. You may want to run your marriage more like a business if you're looking at it as a partnership. So to me, you have two decisions to make. Either you're going to run a partnership, which is business-like, or you're going to do the old traditional fall in love thing. It's a personal escapade. It's an odyssey. Okay, it's this never-ending odyssey where both of you are floating around on the clouds and you're saying beautiful things to each other. And when you talk, there's always poetry coming out of your mouth. If you're doing that, then the marriage license, okay, hurts that. So which one are you doing? Are you
Okay.
doing the Peter Pan thing, the floating around all over the place, or you doing the business model thing?
No, you're doing a compromise thing. You don't get the
Now,
marriage license,
wait a minute,
but
wait
she.
a minute. That's a new.
Oh.
Hold on. You
Mhm.
just introduced a new style. Now that's a whole different. ball of wax. You just introduced a new style here.
I've been trying to introduce it since we went into this topic.
Okay.
Yes. It's a compromise. Compromise is if he brings up that he don't want to have the government in his business, he don't want to have the marriage license, stuff like that. Compromise is okay. We won't have the marriage license government into our business in our relationship in that way. But I want a marriage ceremony at my church with my family and friends there.
All
We'll
right. Now, who's paying? Okay, but wait a minute.
but it
Who's
don't have
paying
to
for
be
all of it?
okay. If y'all ain't shacked up yet, I say y'all both pay. Y'all both pay half.
But wait a minute. Why should I have to pay when I'm not the one who wants the ceremony?
No. What you said you did not want was the government in your relationship. So I'm not gonna have the marriage license. I'm not gonna have it filed, but we are going to have a relationship
Okay, so
that is like a
I
marriage,
get what you're
and I
saying.
want
I
the
got what,
ceremony. Now
all right, I get what you're saying. So
we can
basically what
create
you're
a
saying is, okay,
budget and
Negro.
say, hmm hmm
Okay, I get what you're saying. Basically what you're saying is, okay, Negro, if you don't want to do the government thing, you're going to pay one way or the other, right?
yeah. You don't want to do the following paperwork. You want us to be shacked up.
Now, wait a
I
minute.
want to be at my church to get married.
See, now you done turned to, wait a minute. Now you done turned it from a marriage into a stick up. You just turned it into a
Uh,
stick up. I'm
how's
serious.
this a stick-up?
What you did, you say, okay, look, big bro, if you're not doing the marriage license thing, you gonna pay for this. Basically, you sticking them up.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Well,
you done took
that,
out the gun, you done backed them up against the wall. You running his pockets now. Okay, well, you're not
uh,
gonna do that. What else you got?
okay.
You
So you
running his
want us?
pockets now.
Okay. Okay. So okay, I'll pay for it then. I'll pay for the marriage. I'll pay for
Yeah, but because the
I'll pay
marriage
for
was
the
a stick up.
wedding.
As soon as he didn't want to pay for it, hold on one second. Yeah, Kels,
hmm
as soon as he didn't want to do the marriage license, he said, okay, she stuck him up and started running his pockets. She said, okay, what else you got? You gonna pay for something?
hmm
Okay, he turned into a stick up. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My mind is pay now, pay later. But uh, yeah. I've seen plenty of weddings where bride paid for her wedding. Yeah, but you do know you don't get to dictate the wedding anymore. You don't get no say. And once she's paying for it, all bets are off. Is according to her budget, what she wants, and you just there to follow how she wants it. If she wants you in a pink a
Hold
tuxedo,
on. Hey. That is excellent. Hold that thought over to the break. We're about to enter our next break. We got to come back and unpack that. That's awesome. Hold on to that thought, Frankie. Do not let that thought go. Okay, we will be talking about that after the break. She is the Dame. I am the Black Knight. This is the Quiet Job. Enjoy the break.
There's something that I want to say, but words sometimes get in the way. I just want to show feeling for you. Nothing that I'd rather do Spend every moment with you. Yes, you should know. Yes, sir. You are my lady. You're everything I need. Lord. You are my lady. You're all I'm living for. Knowing that I can resist your pressure. Girl, you got me so. Yeah. Say that you stay with me. You stay, 'cause our love was me. I promise to love you more. You stay. You are my lady, my love. You're everything I need. You are my lady. You're all I'm living for. You are my lady. Yeah. You're everything I need. You are my lady. You're all I'm living for. Shine, but it's made to let you are my lady. Sure. Everything I need. You are my lady. You're all I'm living for. You are my lady. You're everything I need. You are my lady. You're all I'm living for. Wanna tell the world
All right. We are back on the Quiet Drive. We are rolling with the Dame. Dame, are you there? Dame?
Sorry, I was a little occupied. Yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying.
Okay, so when we went to the break, you were sticking up your husband,
Okay, I
right?
was stick.
Right? Okay.
I was sticking up my
Mhm.
husband. Yeah,
Okay.
and I said,
So you wanted to pocket. All right.
okay. The reason why I did that was because I seen it where, okay, she said she's paying for it because she wanted it her wedding a certain way, so she was paying for it. She had a budget. She already had ideas of what she wanted. But when her colors came out, he didn't like it. He didn't like the colors. Said, no, no, no. The hell no. I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing it. And it was like, and she's like, well, it's my wedding. It said, that's what I want. It said, I'll pay. Boy, just let's change it. Let's change it to something else. I'm not wearing that, and I'll pay for it. And that's how
Oh,
they end up paying half. He paid for everything concerning the groom and the groomsmen stuff and the changing of her color scheme a little bit. They compromised on her color scheme because her
well,
color scheme.
hold on. We don't want to get way into that. Oh, okay. So Beautiful One says, if it is a choice, it isn't a stick up. Well, she took away the choice, Beautiful One. That's why I said it was a stick up. She removed the choice. You don't have a choice.
Okay, yeah, they made a choice. He had the choice. His choice was that he did not want to have the government in their business. He wanted them to to shack up, live together, be common law. I don't know what to call it. Her compromise was okay. We're not going to do that, but I do want to have a wedding and stuff like that. We won't file any license, won't apply for no license, but we will have a wedding. I want a wedding with my family and friends. So that was the choice. So he accepted her choice. Okay, I don't have to file any license. We would be technically common law, shacked up together, and if it makes her happy, you know, she wants the wedding. Okay, I can give her that. He chose that. He could have said no, no, absolutely not, and then they would have made their choice
No, no. Now, you said he could have said no, no, absolutely not. To who? To what?
to her. Okay, the choice. Okay, he came in. He came. The mysterious he came in that he did not want the government in their relationship. He did not want to file no marriage license, apply for a marriage license. He just wanted to be the couple living together, raising a family together, in a partnership together, whatever. Every married and everything, but in every way, but in the government way. All right. So she was like, okay, but okay, I agree to not having a marriage license or filing a marriage license, but I want a wedding. It was his choice to say yes or no to the marriage ceremony. Now, if his big thing was that it was the marriage ceremony that was the problem, that's what he should have came in with that. But no, he said it's the license. See, you should have been honest. If it was really about the marriage ceremony, then you've been like, I want the big wedding marriage ceremony. I think our money could be going towards a house or something else. All that money that would be in a big marriage ceremony is just way too much you know, he should have came in with that. Now, if he wants both, he wants both of it. Where, hey, I don't want the big marriage ceremony. I don't want to file a license because I want the government all in our lives. We love each other and stuff like that. I want us to live and have a family together, and that should be enough. Should have came with that. But you bet I said you gotta have an honest conversation. You gotta be totally honest. You can't be half-assing it or trying to avoid one by saying it's just the other stuff like that. You gotta come all the way through. And yes, there's a good chance she'd be like, hell no, I want to get married, and it's marriage or not, and then y'all break up. That could happen. But hey, you never know. She could surprise you. She might go for it. You don't know until you give the honest answer. If you do it the other way without talking, you're gonna resent her. She's gonna resent you. You know. Hmm.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you
Hmm.
there?
I'm still here.
Why is it so important to women to have a ceremony of some kind, whether it be governed by the marriage license or just a traditional one without all of that stuff. There's still, why is it important to women? Why do women want that ceremony?
Is a for me, it's a declaring that you love me before everybody, for the world. That's why it's important.
Wouldn't people see that if they saw you out and together and holding hands and taking long walks in the park and eating ice cream and drinking some iced tea, sitting on a bench? And, I mean, wouldn't they see that then?
Should it be about that? Okay, remember a love language? I mean, okay, it should be, but sometimes it got to be the big things. You crazy about me? You don't care who knows. You're not ashamed of it. Declare everywhere. There's the intimacy, and then there's the declaration to all that this
You know
is
what?
my one.
That's funny because usually when a man does that, they call him. So basically, this is the same as when a guy falls head over heels for you and he makes a fool out of himself. Is that the same thing? Because he's also declaring his love for you because he loved you so much, he was willing to make a fool out of himself in front of everyone.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah. But it's not being made a fool of. It's just saying. It's just declaring. It's just being out in the open with it.
I'm not saying that, but because you said, well, you want the world, you want him to declare his love for you to the rest of the world, right?
Well,
Okay.
more so to my friends and family. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But
The rest of the world can be damned. My friends and my family, those closest to me, those are the ones that I want to declare this is my man, and my man declare I'm his woman. Those are the most important ones to me. Hmm.
so the guys who declare their love for you to the point where they're willing to do anything,
Including.
even make fools out of themselves.
Hmm.
I wonder how come they're not looked on favorably by the woman.
Could you repeat that? You was a little muffled for me. Mm.
I said, if you have the guys, those men who want to declare their love for the woman, and that they're willing to even do that at the expense of making fools out of themselves.
Mm.
These men are often made fun of by women. But you just said that would be the same thing. If a man made a fool out of himself declaring his love for his woman would be the equivalent of a man expressing his love for you to the rest of the world or your family or what in the circle, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing.
It's it, okay. Yeah, kind of. It is kind of because okay, love
Stop.
love. mm, Okay, love make us do foolish things. Um, make us leave our common sense behind and stuff like that. It's an emotional thing, and how we express it is how we express it. Okay.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Hmm.
Bell, if you make it all the way to marriage and the guy is an unfaithful bum, you got serious issues with evaluating men. I'm going to blame the woman for that. Because if you couldn't see that he was an unfaithful bum way before you marry him, that's on you. That's terrible. I mean, make it all the way that to make it that far, just to find out he was an unfaithful bum and you never understood and you never got a sign of. Did you even court? I don't know. That particular thing happens all the time. Yeah, I mean, like you never courted or anything. You didn't know anything about this guy. That's a rough one there. I mean, usually these people. I mean, you can find something. You'll see something. They'll drop a breadcrumb here and there. You'll notice something. Because you figure if you made it to marriage, if you courted. But then again, you know what, Frankie? It's possible, right? Because they're not courting anymore, right? I guess, Frankie, it depends on what generation are you talking about. Okay, I can see that in this
Yeah.
generation, but in the old generation, in the older generation, that would kind of be hard to hide because most people courted back then. I mean, you usually slip that out because unfaithfulness, right? You don't have to wait for someone to commit an unfaithful act. You can just tell if they're dishonest. Because if people are dishonest and they're disingenuous, stuff like that, yeah, that can lead to unfaithfulness as well, too. So you don't ignore those signs. Because if they're disingenuous, they're always throwing a rock and hiding their hand, and they're always pointing fingers at other people, and they're probably going to be unfaithful. You can almost set a watch by it. Yeah, they hire whole second families because they're out cheating on their wives, and the woman is in another state or whatever. Of course, I mean, if they're cheating, you got to hide that. But what I'm saying is, how did that even get to that point? I mean, you're not giving the woman any kind of credit at all. I mean, to say something like that is to say that most women just don't. I mean, no, I think you got to give women a little bit more credit than that. Go ahead, Dane. No, it's not about having a crystal ball and people unpredictable. It's about understanding the person that you're with. So you can prevent a lot of things if you pay attention. You see, when you don't pay attention to certain things and they get by you, and then later on they explode on you, then you're looking for answers, right? And when you can't find those answers, you start grasping at straws and bringing in things that don't belong in your area, such as men do it all the time or when women do it all the time. No, you just ain't paying attention to your situation. Usually deceitful people, if you pay attention to, I always tell people, right, pay attention to the small things that they do. Okay, if they're deceitful even on a small scale, you have to pay attention to that. Frankie, you there? Dane?
Yeah, I'm here.
So let's talk about this, unpack that. How does a guy get by you through a courtship and you don't know he's an unfaithful bum? How does that happen?
Hmm. Well, that's if okay, not being honest. He might not be honest about why he's marrying you. Like I'm gonna use my family for instance. My grandfather wasn't faithful to my grandmother, neither one, his first or second wife. He got married because his mom was putting pressure on him to get married. If it was up to him, he would never marry. Um, he would continue to bounce from woman to woman, and his specialty was married women whose husbands were in prison.
Okay, but hold on one second. Let me stop you. You get into a thing. Bell, but you just answered your own question. See, if you're not paying attention to the red flags, then you are the blame. It's very hard for a person to get that kind of deceit by someone if you're paying attention. People who deceive other people, especially people who deceive other people all the time, they aren't perfect people. They make a lot of mistakes. You just have to pay attention to what's going on. And if you see red flags and you ain't paying attention to them, then that's who are you blaming there? Yeah, but the statement was basically, I mean, it was something that would draw a question. I mean, like who sits here and allow that kind of deceit to get by you without seeing any red flag? Like I said, these people aren't perfect, okay, in their intentions. They will make mistakes. If you see red flags there and you don't pay attention to them, I mean, that's on you. That's on the person. I'm not gonna sit up here if I'm courting someone or whatever, and there's a red flag to come up that this person may be crazy or this person may have a really bad temper or whatever. Man, I'm paying attention to all of that. Well, when you say all the time, you see, I have an issue when people say never, always, all, all the time. We can't quantify that. We can't make that a personal thing. When you say all the time, what does that even mean, all the time? How do you get to establish that? How do you get to say it's all of the time? What evidence do you have that it's all of the time? Well, that's not really the primary reason for divorce. The primary reason for divorce, people can't be faithful, is because they don't know each other. Some people are jumping from dates right into marriages and they don't have any idea or any clue who they're marrying. That's why you're having all of this stuff going on. You're having all of this deceit and misdirection and adultery and all of that because people are just hopping from one stage to the next. They're not even taking any time out to even get to know the person. And there's many reasons for divorce. There's more than one primary reason for divorce. That's just the one that they decided to focus on because that gets the most attention. But there could be several primary reasons. Well, Waxman, that's what I'm talking about. There's always signs. Like when she said it, right? She brought it as a end all be all. Like you can make it all the way to marriage, and you turn out to find out that the guy's an unfaithful bum. I'm like, well, okay, well then how did that happen? What were you doing when this was going on? Yeah, what they say money too. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think money splits a lot of people up. I don't think money splits a lot of people up. Usually I see a lot of really internal and personal issues. Anyway, I'm sorry. We got sidetracked. Dame, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Dame.
here. Yeah,
My
I'm here.
bad, Dame. I got a little caught up in the chat because Bell had some interesting statements. Anyway, so yeah, you was about to say something about
Oh,
Facebook and stuff like that.
how I think I think we got past that. How you not know that the person you intend to marry is a cheater? Mm. I think we covered that with you and Bell. I forgot.
To formally say something about it is that I've never, no one, the seafood people have never gotten past me because they're not like these. This isn't television. You know, the way you see this super secret spy always getting away and always being in the shadows and, the perfect cloak. No, life doesn't work like that. Okay, most people are bunglers and don't know how to cover their tracks and leave a lot of stuff behind. It's very easy to spy
Mm-mm.
people. Okay, these are not super agents. These are not super spies where they are highly trained in cloaking themselves. This is not some TV show. You can definitely see the signs of a person is going to be unfaithful, even in the way they talk. What you gotta do is pay attention. If they're getting by you, man, you're not even bothering to even look. I mean, if you made it all the way to marriage, you find out that this dude's an unfaithful bum. You need to check yourself because if he made it by you, guess what? The next bum is going to make it by you too, and the next bum is going to make it by you. Okay, so I wouldn't even give anybody that kind of credit. I would check myself. That's what I would do. And you?
Okay.
Yeah, nobody's going to tell you, hey, I used to be a cheater. No one's going to do that. It's unrealistic to think that when you meet somebody, they're going to tell you that they used to cheat on so forth or whatever. As a matter of fact, I'll take that back. A scam artist may tell you that just to screw with your psyche to get the kind of result that he or she wants. They might tell you something like that. As a matter of fact, a deceitful person might tell you something like that. You know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna sit up there and be on some man. I made it all the way to marriage, and this ungrateful or whatever bum got by me. I would be upset about that. And you, how would you handle that, Frankie? Would a bum, unfaithful bum get by you?
If a bum gets by me, I
An
don't.
unfaithful one.
An unfaithful one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Maybe we should do a show on that. That's a good topic. Can an unfaithful man get by you? Like, we gotta ask the women about
Not
that because
not for
I'm curious about that. Huh?
not for long and stuff like that. But I'm wondering. I saw
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
curious about
briefly
that because
if she's talking about something that's called the 7 year itch, where she's saying that 7 years of marriage, and then during that 7 year
yeah,
become
hold
unfaithful.
on one second. See, I agree with Weissman. It is very easy to detect them because these people aren't super spies. They're not perfect. They make serious mistakes. You just got to pay attention to what's going on. They're easy to spy. But according to Bell, she's saying that it happens all the time. So I'm interested in that. I want to get a topic going, a show, to see how many women are affected by this, because she said it happens all the time. Well, I want to know now. I mean, is this going on? I mean, you guys are letting these bums get by you like that? I mean, these guys aren't even that good. Most of these guys are terrible at hiding their intentions. Like, what are you looking at, or what is it that you're not paying attention to where a guy is now he didn't say unfaithful or someone that is being dishonest or whatever. He said an unfaithful bum. That is significant. So we're not even talking about an ordinary. We're talking about an unfaithful bum, dude. That's a cheat and a bum too. So if he's a bum, he's not a very good person. So answer this question: How do they not? How do they a bum? Forget about the cheat, but how did a bum get by you? Bums are not even hiding. How did a bum get by you? I mean, what's that about? No, but still, it has a meaning, though, Bell. Bum has a meaning. It's not a word that doesn't exist. It has a definition. So I'm like, yeah, listen, I'm not, I like the statement. The statement is very interesting. How did, we can bring it in two parts. Frankie, Dane, Dane.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to disconnect somebody trying to call through.
Right. So she said, right? She said two things here, right? She said, unfaithful, and then she said bum. So that's a double whammy. How did a person like that get by you? If you couldn't see one, surely you could have thought, wait a minute. If you couldn't see one attribute, surely you could have saw the other one. Because if he's unfaithful and he's a bum, that's two things. You're gonna tell me both of them got by you? If you didn't see them, okay, maybe I'll slide a little bit on the unfaithfulness, okay? But that's some sneaky conniving stuff. But the bum part, I mean, ain't even bums don't even hide.
Matt,
so he's a bum too, and you still.
She could be just saying bum in anger. She could be just expressing her anger by saying he's a bum. Not that he actually was a bum.
Okay, all right, because I was, because I'm like, wow, like, yeah, bums don't even hide, crew. Like, how do you not see a bum? Like, wow, really? The bum got by you too, even though he blatantly in your face?
Okay.
Yeah, it does happen, Bell, but I don't know if it happens in the rate that you said it did. You said it happens all the time. I don't know about that. No, we're not taking it too literally. We're actually using it for content. It was a very interesting statement. Because you said two things. You said unfaithful and you said bum. So we're looking at the definitions of these terms. We're like, wow, how did a bum get by you? Yeah, so y'all keep using this word bum. And the bum has a definition.
Yeah, but it's used, take it into context. She's angry. He cheated on her, so he has to be a bum. It's just that she's angry. That's where the bum came in. Not that he was a bum when she met him, just that the cheating on her made her so angry. She's calling him a bum. Not that he, not literally a bum. You never been so mad at a person you call them something?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
But remember, this is a talk show. So
Okay.
statements can be with content.
Okay. Okay, but
Okay.
you kind of going in on her a little bit to me. Let the bum part go. Let it go.
No, we can't do that because bum has a definition.
Ah. Mhm. Mhm.
But anyway, we'll go back to what we was talking about. So
So so the compromising on the on the marriage certificate wedding thing. Okay, all I'm saying is that he has a choice, she has a choice. When he comes to her and say, "Look, I love you. I want to be uh, your your man, husband, whatever it is." I'm sorry, I think of marriage when I say husband. I want to be your husband, but I don't want the government in our relationship. Government don't need to be in our relationship. It's between me and you. I love you. I want to have children with you. I want to raise a family. But I don't want that government all in our lives. We don't need that. And then she makes a decision, or she tells him, "Look, I want the marriage certificate." Or I hear what you're saying. I understand. I'm okay. I'm okay with it, but I want the marriage ceremony. I want to go before my pastor, my family and friends, and saying, "This is the man I chose. Is the man of my life. I love him. Love you. I want that." Then he has the choice on whether he wants to do the ceremony part. So everybody's choosing here. Now sometimes they have to compromise. They say, okay, I don't want the marriage. I don't want that big over the top marriage ceremony. Neither. We don't need that. You know, we don't need that. That money that's going into the marriage ceremony could be used for other things in our life. Then she then
why
goes
not?
back in her
Okay,
court
so wait a
on
minute, wait a
decision.
minute, wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on. So why not use that money to shack up?
Yeah, I'm in the part where they
I
talking
mean,
it out.
would you have more money to spend, or would you have more money to live off of if you were shacking up and didn't have to pay any money for any ceremonies?
You can still do that, and you can also turn in a marriage certificate and get married at the
Wait,
courthouse for
stop.
what, like
Hold
50
on
bucks
a
now?
second, thank you. Hey, hold on one second. Look at what your girl just wrote in the chat room.
Okay, I'm
Goshi.
going.
Okay, she said, weddings don't have to be expensive. It's a beautiful day for women to look forward to. She gets to be a princess for a day.
Yes, I agree with that.
Wow, that's it. Didn't I say earlier that marriages is for y'all? That men we really don't care about these ceremonies?
Mm-hmm.
See, she just confirmed that.
Uh-huh.
And then Belle is backing her up. You know what I'm saying? Look at your girl power right there.
Okay, we admit that marriage is the ceremony that is for us. But as she
I'll be right
also
back.
said, it don't have to be expensive. Okay, you go on. I'm going to finish this conversation, so keep your ears on. It don't have to be expensive. It don't have to be over the top. It could be a small, get together. The main thing, but y'all gotta discuss that. You know, Y'all got to talk about that. It could be that she'd be willing to have a small ceremony with just family and friends, nothing over the top, too expensive. The budgeted to a little small thing. Dang. But y'all want to have everything. Y'all don't. Y'all want to shack up. Um, I want to shack up, have kids, and stuff like that. I want to do everything, but that's a marriage, but the marriage ceremony or whatever. Or why don't we just get married? Don't say we get married. Let's have a shacking up ceremony. We'll go. We'll not have a marriage license. We'll have a shacking up license. Would that make y'all feel better? Well, let's just change the term. So I'm going all the way goofy with this. Let's have a shacking up certificate. Let's have a shacking up ceremony. Um, you will be formally called my man. I'm gonna be your woman and stuff like that. And we'll have our family and friends together to have our shacking up ceremony, so they know that we love each other and we're gonna be together forever and stuff like that. All right, all right. The silliness. Okay, I know I got a little silly there, but hey, it could be the terminology. Just like I kind of cringe when I hear the word submission. Um, but I've thought about it. I do submit. I just don't formally call it submit. No man tells me to submit to him. He just tells me, how he feels about it or what he thinks I should do, and I decide whether I'm going to do it or not. But anyway,
Hey, dang.
maybe. Oh, you back?
Thank.
I got too
I'll
wild.
be. No, I'm make you the host real quick. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I gotta do something. Be right back.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Y'all still about the size of men cheating? Yeah, they can fool you for a little while. So, but sometimes it is that you miss signs or you made excuses for the sign. But marriage is not under law. There's no shared property rights, etc. Depends on what the couple want. Yeah, y'all gonna have to go through way more paperwork than ever because okay, when y'all buy a house together, whose name is the house coming under? Hers or his? You just creating more paperwork as far as I'm concerned. The government's involved in one way or the other. You know, and yeah, and then when the children are born, you have to sign the birth certificate so the child have your last name. Otherwise, they'll have hers last name. Um, yeah, and so you can avoid paperwork. So saying that you don't want the government in your business. The government been in the business from the moment you were born. From your birth, Social Security, you name birth, government all been all in your life and stuff like that. You have to you have to do certain things off the grid. But even if you go off the grid, you still gotta buy the property of the place where you're going off the grid, unless you're just gonna be camping everywhere and stuff like that. But yeah, so what's the big deal about the marriage certificate? I think the guys are lying to themselves. Because as I said, if it was just about the filing of that paperwork so the government don't be in your relationship, hey, cool. You know, you find a woman that's willing not to have that done, and she might want a little ceremony. I don't know. Each woman is different. Each woman knows what she can deal with, what she wants and stuff like that. Hmm. Because as I'm learning, not everybody's saying yeah, yeah. But are you when you and then you gotta have to constantly have a will, because if something happened to you or her, uh, and all that stuff. Where does who inherits your stuff? Who inherit any money saved? Who inherit this? Uh, and don't in the medical rights. If you become incapacitated, who you got to do all that? Who has the right to speak for you? You medically incapacitated. You got to do all this extra paperwork. Well, if you marry, the spouse immediately is is um is given rights unless told otherwise. On medical decisions. hmm But men are married to make the business, so everything's legal. Men like to know exactly what's going on, paperwork to know exactly what is at least I can do. Okay. Also, health insurance. You can't cover your mate if you're not married. All that's in there. Although although I heard of in some states you can, but I don't know if it falls under the gay right laws and stuff like that before they were allowed to marry. Although all that's changing up, it's getting all twisted in there. Oh yeah, the okay. I see. We like to spell it out. Insurance work better if married. My wife cannot snitch on me if she married. She is me. Okay. Yeah, there's all that. It's all that paperwork involved one way or the other. You have to do more paperwork, get the government even more involved to cover your spouse or have your spouse covered. So, okay, so y'all gonna have to do even more talking, even more paperwork. Okay, as I said, buying the house. Whose name is it going under? Is it going under his or hers? Is it possible for both of y'all names to be on there? Are y'all co-owners? Some, um, yeah. And then children, birth certificate. Uh, um, children have your last name, school. It's so regardless of what you say, you're not gonna get away from the paperwork. That's why I say be honest. You like if it's about that ceremony, spend all that money on the marriage ceremony and stuff like that. Hey, be honest. Look, I don't think we should be spending all that money on the ceremony. This should be going to a house or things into our marriage. Either we don't have it and we uh, get a small ceremony, just me and you, preacher, and go. I've seen that. I have seen that. Where I didn't know they were married. I thought they were shacking up together. Turn out they got married. They just went really small, just them and the preacher, because they didn't want to spend all that money on a big wedding ceremony. They were to buy a house. So and the family knew their family knew about it. But as for me, as the acquaintances, classmate, I didn't know. I thought they had shacked up together. I was like, okay, they've been shacking up for a while now, because I knew that I heard that they were engaged. But as far as I was concerned, they had shacked up together. Yeah, that don't matter when you marry, but we talking about shacking up, crew. We talking about uh, people want to shack up, and the reason is a lot of men. I only heard of only a couple of women where they didn't want the government involved in their business, their relationship. So they don't want to apply for a marriage license. They don't want to um, uh, file a marriage license. They just want to move in together and live together. Yeah, but the way they making it sound like the pay to go to justice the peace is way too much. I don't know. But that goes back into filing a marriage license or applying for a marriage license. Can can go to the Justice of the Peace too and spend money on a cruise for the honeymoon. Yeah. Shoot, at the way they going, they might not want to do the honeymoon. What we need a honeymoon for? We're gonna be in our own little house, just me and you and stuff like that. We don't need to go on a honeymoon. We just say we went on a honeymoon and we lock up the house and turn off our phones and and and, 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 and don't answer anybody. Okay. I don't want the government involved neither, but I'll do a legal binding marriage contract for my protection. Okay, isn't that still getting the government involved in a legally binding uh marriage contract? What's the difference between that and a marriage license? Because the government's involved, because you got to file that contract at the courthouse. If I'm not mistaken. So you might as well just get the marriage license. But hey, I can understand the legally binding contract. You want certain things and stuff like that. You're trying to protect yourself. Okay. Yeah. You can do that. You can do that and still get married and still have the marriage license or the contract. You and your partner make the decision. Yeah, you can still make the decision, but it still got to be filed, right? Uh-huh. It got to be notarized and filed and all that stuff. Somehow that's government involved. Because hey, if it ain't filed, shoot, that contract don't mean jack. Okay. Yes, are facts. Because if I marry you, you're not my girl. I'm legal responsible for you. No, the contract between you and your partner makes decision. Yeah, that's still all about that. That goes back to my saying, y'all need to talk to each other. Y'all need to talk about this stuff. Only file little buying a house. Everything is filed. Only, only filed buying. Okay. You can make your own honeymoon. Yeah. So you can't avoid government. You know. Yes, you can have the contract. You can have the contract and still and have the marriage certificate. And I mean,
Dang,
uh huh. Yes.
the night has returned.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've
All
been reading
right.
the chat and commenting on the chat. And yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's
So,
no
all
avoiding
right. So,
government.
wait a minute.
Okay.
All right. Now, okay. So, we've come to the end of the topic on shacking. We kind of got off into a whole bunch of other things, but you know how we do over here. It's kind of hard for us to stay on topic because we have so many interesting comments. So this is the part of the show. We're coming to the end of the show to where we hold on one second here. I don't know what's going on with this. This is where we open up the show to the audience. If anybody wants to come up, just let us know. We'll let you come up. Kick it with us for a few minutes. If you got something you want to say on the topic, you got something you want to tell us, we'll sit here and chit chat with you about it. And we're also taking questions from the audience right now. So fire away. You got something for me, you got something for the dame. Fire away. If you want to come up here with us, chit chat with us for a few minutes, give us your take on the topics. Just say something in the chat and we'll drop the link. Okay, so Dane, we're now in the twilight part of the show. We are open. All right, so we got Bill. Let me drop the link. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Anybody wants to come up, kick it with the Dame and the Black Knight, come on up. There's the link.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear other people's opinions too on the whole shacking thing and very
Yeah.
interesting topic.
Yes.
The shack,
And
because we got off into a lot of stuff, right? Yeah, we got off into the marriage and a lot of interesting things.
yeah, but we got kind of caught up in the reasons of the shacking. Uh, that might
And
want
that's
to shack.
fine. It's a talk. Yeah, but that's fine because it's a talk show.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's fine. We can get off into wild comments and we can always bring it back to the topic too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's cool. It's a
but
talk show.
it just spin off more topics that I want to discuss now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the. Yeah, Bell started something. I want to get into I'm gonna have a show about the unfaithful bum. I can't get that out of my mind right now. I want to do something about that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see. Did Bell come up yet? Okay, the
Uh,
link's in the chat. If you want to come up and kick it with the Dame and the Black Knight on the Quiet Drive, there's the
okay.
link.
Okay. Okay. I pulled back on. Um. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump into you and Cruz's conversation, but the calling the girlfriend wifey. And I guess wifey means semi-wife. I think the wifey thing is to me is the serious girlfriend, but it also makes me think of if he's calling the girlfriend wifey, what's he calling his side chick? You know, is he calling his
Okay, we
side
got a
chick his
question
girlfriend?
from Dame, hold on. We have a. It won't let you. It won't let you. What do you mean it won't let you? Hold on, let me double check the link.
Belle, if you're on your phone, YouTube making it hard where for you to click on a link. If you go
Yeah,
to
tell
where
the.
if you go
Yeah, go
to
ahead,
your
tell her.
okay, if you go to your
You got
Zoom
bring it
app,
up.
okay, okay. Let me get back to. I feel weird not talking.
Because Bell, the link is also in Discord too. It was not working for you here in the chat. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry about that. Let me. I got it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what's wrong. There we go. Okay, everybody, welcome to the panel. Bell,
Hello.
Mort, Six, Royal Lady. Bell, before you go with that, let me answer something in the chat by Manny Jackson. He
Okay.
said, how do you know when a person loves you? She's been together for a year with her significant other, and he told her he loves her, and it caught her off guard. Hmm. Dan, you want to take that one?
Okay, wait. We've been together for a year, and he told me he loves me, caught me off guard. Okay, he told you he loved you, and he caught you off guard. Um, d- do you feel he loves you? Does he demonstrate he loves you? You
Yeah,
wasn't,
like
you know. But,
I mean, love is a verb. It's an action word. I mean, it's something
mhm.
that you do. It's not something that you say. I mean, what is he doing things to make you feel special? Is he doing things to make you feel like,
Love.
uh, yeah,
Mhm.
loved or special or anything like that? It's kind of hard to describe because there's so many things that go into that because it's an action word. You know, it's something that you actually perform. You know,
Do
you
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 feel
you
loved by
show
him?
love by doing.
Can I give an answer?
Go ahead.
Sure, go right on ahead.
Okay. If he's doing all the things that, appears to be expressing his love for her, then all you can do is go with it until if you find out otherwise. That's all you can do.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no kind of rules to what, you have to do. If she feels like he loves her and that he's being honest, you just roll with it. Like I said, until you find something out different. If you don't, that's great. That's all you can do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I mean, what are you
but she
supposed to
could
do? Become super spy and try to figure out and do all this stuff? That's too much.
Yeah.
You just
but she said that, but she said like, how do you know though?
you don't.
See,
You can
so that
only take
means
a
that
person's word for it.
right. So to me, she has another issue there, right? She can't recognize it.
Yeah, well, I don't know that. Yeah, that's coming from that her side. Then if you're not able to recognize if somebody loves you or not,
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an issue for a lot of people, unfortunately.
Man, we getting some great topics for shows. That's another show. Do we know what love is? Can we recognize love? I'm gonna throw that up there. That's a good show to have.
That is a
Okay.
good show,
Good.
and I think that a lot of people have problems recognizing love.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna do that. What is love? How do you recognize it? How do you know when it's there? How do you know when you're loved as a person? We're gonna unpack that. We're gonna matter of fact, we're gonna make that the next show.
Or write it down, Max.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No problem. Gonna make that the next show. That's serious right there. That's a good question.
How do we recognize when someone loves us?
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be up here too long, but the reason why I wanted to come up here, Frankie and Max, is to clarify what was being said in the chat. And the reason I asked that little question, I was being a little silly with it because it was because of something that Dame Frankie said. Now she talked, so it was on topic. She talked about wanting to have the big wedding for a public declaration of love, from this guy. And so that's why I was asking, okay, so what if you have this big public declaration and you find out that he's a unfaithful bum? I was being silly when I said that. But the reason why I said that is because you have this big old wedding, he has this declaration of love, then in a couple months later or a year later y'all got divorced. Wouldn't you look silly? You know?
Yeah, I'm about to say
Yes.
that's even worse.
That's why I said that, and I think y'all wasn't getting the context in the chat because Kels was
Nah,
agreeing with
nah,
me. Yeah,
nah,
Mhm.
but that's even worse though.
well, it
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
worse. That's why I
Yeah.
said why
Yeah,
have that
that's
big
crazy.
wedding.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
that's
you
why I
have
said
this.
why have this big
Okay.
old ceremony.
Okay. Now this is the thing that was
Wait a
also
minute, you
taken
have
out of
this all
context.
out.
Um, I
Uh,
wasn't. I wasn't saying it had to be a big
but
ceremony.
wait a minute though. You having this all out to the furthest extent display of matrimony, and the dude is a bum.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying that because it does happen, and
Mm.
not
Yeah,
not
it does
only
happen. I've seen it.
Oh my
yes,
Okay.
God.
exactly. So I said I would be embarrassed because I'm like, oh, this man loved me so much. We had this huge ceremony. He's the man of my dreams. And then you find out he cheats. So think of how stupid you would look. I mean, it does happen to people.
Wow.
It happens. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what. Okay, so that's what you meant. It happens a lot.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
it happens
what I'm
a lot.
saying.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying it had to be. I wasn't saying it had to be a big ceremony. I said a ceremony with family, friends, my pastor. It don't have to be big. It don't have to be all that oh shoots big thing. It don't have to be that. What I'm saying is, she says, I want a marriage ceremony with my family and friends. She didn't say nothing about no wedding gown. She didn't say nothing about, a bridesmaid, bridegroom. Just want her family to see her marry the man she loves. It doesn't matter to her if the paperwork is filed and stuff like that. If she says, okay, we don't have to file the paperwork, we don't have to get a marriage license, but I want us to be in front of my family and friends, or our family and friends, and we're husband and wife.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but like,
yeah, but
I believe Max was talking about this. A lot of women find that important. They want this big ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't deny that. That's your dream wedding. You want to be that princess for the day. A lot of women feel that way.
Yeah.
But, like I said, and then, if something like you have that princess wedding and then something like that happens, I would be freaking embarrassed, man. I don't know if I'd be able to show my face.
It happens. It happens. It happens. Let's face it, it happens no matter what size the ceremony, if they have a ceremony or not. It can happen when you shacking up. So, yeah. And if the man is coming
can we get a guy to come up here? Can we get a guy to come up here? I want to get the man's point of view too. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah. So regardless, you're gonna take your chances and stuff like that. But if it's important to her, it's important to her, and she's willing to compromise. If that's what he's saying, that he don't want to, if he don't want it to, the government in their relationship, he don't want a marriage certificate. He don't he don't want to apply for a license or whatever. That's the thing. But if his real issue is that marriage ceremony, then he should say, "Look, I don't want a big I don't want a marriage ceremony. Just me and you." Shoots. If it's both, I don't want the marriage certificate. I don't want the wedding. Just me and you living together, raising our family together, loving together. Then he should say that. Then she know where she stands. But if he's telling half stories, then you're doing unnecessary stirring up and stressing each other. When you could have been honest. Yes, there's a chance that could be a deal breaker. That could be a deal breaker or not. But at least you know where you at.
Well, you know what? I think that, like we were saying, everybody was saying in chat, people get married for the legalities of it. It's not, it's because, being inheritances, beneficiaries of certain things that you have to be married for. And they want to make sure that, their wife or whatever is taken care of, or the person they're with. So if that's the reason why, because I actually did that myself. After 9/11, my live-in boyfriend and I, we weren't thinking about getting married, but the Army even advised us, hey, you guys should get married because if something happens to him, then yada, yada, yada. And you want to be able to get benefits and all that stuff. So we did it. It wasn't the right thing for us because we weren't ready for all that, but we did it because of that reason. So, I mean,
that's
yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut you off. Let's welcome to the open panel, CRU Reality Foundation Negro.
What's up, Max? What's up, Bill? Hey, thank you.
Hey man, answer this. Okay, Crew, you a man. What do you hear? First, go ahead and finish up, Bell, and then I'll go to Crew.
Oh no, I was just saying that. Well, that's the reason why people do it. It's not just because they feel like it's something they need to do, because to most people, yes, it's just a piece of paper. But for legal reasons and to make sure that woman is taken care of, any children probably, with your name would be taken care of regardless. But that woman, is probably thinking, what kind of rights would she have if she's not legally married to you? So I believe that's why a lot of people do it. It's not because that paper really actually means something other than the relationship they already had. So that's just my take on it. I'm going to jump off, but that's all I wanted to say.
All right, Bell, thanks a lot. That is Bell Mort, 76, Royal Lady of the E Nation, coming up and giving us her perspective on the topics. Also, we have a comment from Mama Rain, which is a very good one. She says, first, to know what is love is to have been loved by your parents who give you a first understanding of love. That's powerful. That's powerful right there. What do you guys got to say about that?
You do have to have the panel on what is love. That is a great topic.
Yeah. I mean, we can get that. Yeah, we're gonna. What do you think about what Mama Rain just said, y'all? I mean, that's a powerful statement. What she just said. She said you learn it from your parents. Hello.
I do agree with that, Max, because your parents show you exactly what is love. Even though they might not like you, they still love you. You get me? There's a difference between love and like. The love is actually doing for the people. You know what I mean? Like you might be a whiny baby when you're a kid, right? But your mama still gets up and nurses you, changes your diaper, feeds you, all of that, even though she don't like it.
Okay, but you see, that's okay. I agree with Mama Rain to a certain extent. Okay, because you're talking about an intimate personal relationship with another person that involves sexual relations. That's love on a whole different scale. That's something your parents can't show you. So I guess if you're talking about an overall feeling of love.
That nigga with my screws is at the door. I don't feel like dealing with him right now.
Okay, we're not going to do the screw thing, okay? What I'm saying is that, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about that, is that even the same thing?
What do you mean, Max?
Because you're talking about a parent's love for their children versus your intimate love for a spouse.
That would be the same love. That would be the same love.
Okay, unpack that. Somebody explain that to me.
The basics of love is the same. Good to you, take care of you, support you. The only thing the difference with the spouse is that there's another level with the intimacy of sexual relationship, and then you add on as you become parents and so forth. But the basics of the love is still the same.
I'm not seeing it. That's not doing it for me.
Okay, Crew, you want to take a crack at it?
Your wife, you're raising children with her, but you love your wife more than you love maybe like your
boom, there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Bell just, okay, now I see it. Bell just corrected it for me. She said it the right way. Well, at least the way for me to understand it, okay? Now I get it. Okay, Bell, all right, I got you. Now I can see it. Now I can see it. She said it the way I can understand it. So shout out to Bell for doing that, because you guys had me confused. You had me thinking something else, but Bell said it the way I could understand it. Now I see. Okay, I see what you're saying now, because yes, your mom and your daddy, they show the love for each other. You learn that by watching them, how your father treats your mother, how your mother treats your father. Exactly. Got you, Bell. So, crew. Give us your take on what you heard so far about the shacking, the courting. I don't know if you came on the courting part, but you definitely was here on the shacking part. It kind of got a little out of hand because we got into the marriage thing. But give me your perspective. We have a man up here now, so give me your perspective from your point of view.
Yeah, me being a man and having a daughter as well.
Well, I'm not saying, hold on a second. See, this is what I don't like. Bell, I'm not putting you in competition with anyone or saying anyone else is right. What I'm saying is I couldn't, the way they put it, I didn't understand it, okay? You put it in the way that I can understand, okay? I didn't say that to mean that you was right over someone else or they were right over you. Go ahead, crew.
Okay, like me, like I have a daughter, right? I cannot choose her boyfriend or her husband or whatever, but I do still have to approve of it. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna pay for the wedding, he's taking responsibility for her for the rest of his life and the rest of her life. So I've got to make sure that he is capable and that he actually does love her and is actually going to take care of her just like you would even your own brother or your mother or your grandmother or anybody else. Like that is the basic thing of it. You have to know that that person is a writer for this person, period. So that's what love is. Like I ride for this person, period, no matter what. That's love.
Yeah, you saw that in the house, which if you had two parents, you've seen that, okay? But my thing is, what if you have a single parent?
It's very hard. It's harder to see it like that. You get me? Because you don't have that. That's
Well,
why.
not Bill, because what they're
That's why a
talking
lot of
about,
single households have a lot of people coming out of them that are fucked up and they're out here Instagramming and doing all kind of.
yeah, but what I'm saying, right? Do you still get that example of love if you have a single parent?
It depends if you do have like if you got the single parent, but you don't see that love between the male and the female as well, or a lot of them. That's why they're single parents. A lot of them, it happens like that. So because you're not seeing that example, so then it trickles down to where now everybody's going and they got 3 girlfriends a year, 5 girlfriends a year, because they don't see that, and they're, you know what I mean? They're on Instagram, they're doing this, that, all this extra stuff.
And what
understand me?
and what about those that are product of divorce? Are they still able to see it, or were they able to see it before?
Yep. Because I'm a product of divorce. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad still rides for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad lead though. You know what I mean? Because he rides for my mom now. You know what I mean? But my dad will come, you know what I mean, and take over if necessary, even though he has another wife. You get me? But it's all family. Like my stepmama picked out the colors and stuff for my mom's wedding when she got married. You get me? Like they're all riders for everybody because it's still a family.
Okay.
My dad and my mom just didn't get along.
Okay.
But everybody knows it's family.
Maybe that's why a lot of people don't know love, because maybe they experienced it with a single parent and didn't necessarily see that traditional male and female relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
See, I'm looking at what Weitzman is typing in the chat, right? She's saying, and now that there are no guarantees, even when parents choose a good partner, he or she can turn out to be a nightmare. That's true too. That's true too. Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
would be my
yeah.
ex-wife, but
Yeah, the love show is going to be on fire. I can see that right now. Welcome to the panel, Chaos Friend. Chaos, what's going on? I can see that right now. Chaos. Was he on
Okay.
mute?
I hope he ain't sleep so early in the day.
Chaos, if you're not participating, mute your mic. All right. It looks like he muted his mic.
Yeah.
So the background noise is coming from one of us. Okay. Oh shoot! I got distracted. Okay. Yeah. But okay. I'm a product of a single mother
Chaos.
and divorce. Because she
Frankie,
married my
Frankie,
stepfather.
hold on. Frankie, hold on. Chaos, are you there?
He's there, but he's
Yes,
muted.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm middle of some right now. That's why I mute myself.
You're doing what?
I'm doing some right now, Max. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, did you come up to participate?
Give me a minute. I'm doing something.
Yeah, while he's doing something,
Doing something and wait till you finish doing what you're doing, then come on.
That's what I was thinking. But well,
What happened?
Let's carry on without him. Yeah, I was saying that single raised by a single parent.
Hold on one second, Ricky. Hold on one second. Chaos. Chaos.
Yes, Max. Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Are you going to participate? Because it's not a regular panel.
Yeah, I will participate.
Yeah, we don't have time for you to wait all of that. We need you to participate because we're doing something specific.
Okay. Let me jump back down and come back in. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Frankie.
Okay. Yeah. Single parent plus she married my stepfather when I was kind of young. So yeah, so I saw their relationship and love, but I think it was starting to kind of go downhill because by the time I was about 4 or 5, they were divorced. Well, they were separated. They didn't officially divorce until I was about 6. Yeah.
No, see, Frankie, I don't want to go into these long.
Okay, I'm sorry. Crew was saying that even though his parents divorced, he saw love, and I'm thinking Crew parents' relationship is not always typical. You know, so divorce could the children from divorce could have it just as hard as those raised by a single parent, that they might not recognize it because they didn't see examples of it growing up.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to I Am Lucy, Royal Lady of the E Nation in the building. We're wrapping it up, Lucy. This is the part of the show that's kind of open now. We're gonna probably take some more audience interaction for like another 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna shut it down. because this show ain't meant to go on and on and on like the other shows. This is just it's a relationship show. You know, it's about relationships and love and black love and all that. And so we have the topics sometimes like this one, you know, courting and shacking and things like that. The reason why I was going on this long is because we was talking about the shacking and it got a little to the left, right, Frankie? It got a little out there.
Yeah, it went out there.
Right. So we're really wrapping up. So right now we're just doing the audience participation. And people want to come up and just kick it with me and Dane for a little bit before we get out of here. The next show going to be off the hook. And we're going to do the one on recognizing love and stuff like that. That's going to be something else. But that's going to be more aired towards our regular time. We usually don't come on at this time, y'all. We're just doing a makeup broadcast, right? But if you want to catch the Dame and the Black Knight, we're usually on after midnight, okay? Go ahead, crew. Finish up what you were saying.
Oh no, I was just gonna agree with Dame Frankie, and I was just gonna say,
yeah, no problem, white thing.
Her parents got divorced at 5 when she was 5. Mine got divorced.
Hold on one second, crew. Yeah, but I want to remind you guys, our regular time for the next quiet drive will be a little bit after midnight. We may start about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. That's our usual time. Like I said, this was a special broadcast because we missed last night. We were supposed to be on last night around like 12:30 midnight. Okay, but me and the Dame had some things to do, and we missed the time slot. So because we're not usually on at this time, this is just a special makeup broadcast because we missed last night. So we will go back to our regular time around 12:30 midnight. So between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. That's when we'll go live. So you're up around that hour, okay? Definitely, you can participate on the panel, Ms. Weissman. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh yeah, we cool with the stories. Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead and finish up, partner.
Yeah, I was just saying, so since her parents got divorced when she was 5, she might have had less of that, but it depends on how their relationship was later on.
Okay, divorce, that's another heavy thing. We don't want to get into that. We might do that. Matter of fact, we might put that with the love show, right?
Yeah, that goes to my
there.
point, Max. Even though my parents are divorced, they still love each other. You get me? They just don't get along.
Right, Bill. That's when our usual time. That's our usual time. So I can go between 12:30. We start at 1 o'clock in the morning, the latest. Okay. You know, it's a quiet drive. It's an after midnight show. Okay. Like I said, we just doing a special broadcast this time because we missed last night altogether. So, you know, we decided to do a makeup broadcast. We're usually not on at this time. Go ahead. Yeah, okay. So, Dame, you got something you want to say before we get out of here? You want to wrap it up?
All right. No matter whether you decide to marry, shack up, whatever, always be honest with each other. The whole honesty, not half of it, all of it. So you know where y'all stand, where y'all can compromise, y'all can flesh out how y'all want y'all marriage to be, you know? And I think y'all be better for it. Yes, there's always the fear that could be a deal breaker. There's always the fear that you won't get the person you want because of it. But it's better to be honest to know where you stand than to not and never be too certain if it's gonna last. That is also part of courtship. When you ready to make that step to marriage and you know this is the person, that final step to be honest and have it all out. Because if you've been opening yourself
Okay.
up and okay, I'm going too long. That's a wrap. Y'all got what I'm talking about. If not, we'll bring it up another time. Okay?
Yeah, and Bell, definitely Bell on Friday and Saturday. That's pretty much when we'll be doing it because that's when Frankie is free. So yeah, definitely a Friday night going into Saturday morning. Chaos is on the panel. He seems to be ready now. Go ahead, Chaos. You want to contribute?
My thing with this courting and shacking today, the youth today, all they're focused on is getting some and shacking up. They're not thinking of any long term with the women they're dealing with or more than one woman they're dealing with because it's always purely about sex. And we all know the complaints, a lot of them are whining now about saying, she's taking me for child support and all this stupidness. But I say, all right, well, if this would be liberated if you decide to stick with that one woman and probably marry her. And if you're not, you're going to have to communicate with her. If you have a child with this woman. I don't really advocate because that's like pump and dump at the end of the day. That these dudes talking about right now, shacking up.
I disagree with that. Shacking up is not about pumping and dumping.
Yeah,
those dudes are idiots. Yeah, they don't know what nothing means.
Yeah.
Shacking has nothing to do with pumping and dumping.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, like I said, I think when people courting is a process, it's a timely process. And at the end of the day, if you're not patient in what you really want, and you just only dare just for one thing, then you get what you deserve at the end of the day. That's how it's
Okay, good. Sorry to rush, man, but we about to get out of here. We're at the end of the show. Hey, Cass, I need to talk to you in the back chat, okay, when we get off the air.
Cool.
All right? All right, so, all right, everybody. That's the end of the show. Thanks for, Dame, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, the next airing of The Quiet Drive will be at a regularly scheduled time. That's between 12:30 and midnight. We will be here on a Friday night, midnight going into Saturday. Okay? So, great topics. And I believe the next one will be about love and divorce, right, Frankie?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, love and divorce.
Okay. Well, that should be good. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat who participated. Thanks for coming by. And we'll see you next time. Until then, she is the Dame. I am the Black Knight. And this is The Quiet Drive. Peace.
Power.
Unity.
Forever mine. All because you're my kind. Oh, baby, I got what you want. You got what I want. We were made for each other. Forever mine. And I'm so glad, cause it gets better with time. Oh, girl, I like what you like. You like what I like. We were made for each other. Oh, baby, you are that someone I've been hoping, I've been looking for my day. Don't you ever think about leaving this heart of mine will be grieving. Don't go. Stay. Forever mine. baby girl. I need what you need. You need what I need. We were made for each other. Oh, girl. Oh, baby. I wanna love you. Love you strong. Make it good right down to the bone. To the bone. Cause it's you I'm thinking about. Easy. Give you all the love you need. Don't go. Stay. Forever mine. Cause you and me, we get along just fine. Oh, baby, I got what you want, love. You got what I love, and we were made for each other. I've been around, and I had a lot of love, and I know you had a lot of love too. But I ain't never had nobody that do the things you do. We go together well like the birds in the trees. I've been around the trouble down. If you wasn't here with me, stay forever mine. Cause you're my kind. Ooh, baby, baby, baby girl, you know that I like what you like. You like what I love. We belong together. Ooh,